Goldberg in our college football studios in Los Angeles. For those of you on FSN Southwest, I hope you've enjoyed UCLA Stanford, but it's time to get you to the big one. The home opener for number 8, Oklahoma. They take on the Mean Green of North Texas. We will get you to Memorial Stadium when we return on FSN.
Today, Todd Dodge, Texas high school coaching legend, trades in his Friday nights for the television glare of big-time college football as North Texas travels to Norman to battle the 8th-ranked Sooners of Oklahoma. Oklahoma, the defending Big 12 champions, have set their sights on a 5th conference title and a shot at another national championship. The new-look Mean Green offense showcases North Texas senior Jamario Thomas back to his national rushing title form.
Jamario Thomas dashing his way.
An exciting college football season opener. North Texas battles the 8th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners. Hitch up the Sooner Schooner. The kickoff is next on FSN.
The folks in Norman, Oklahoma are excited about the opening of the 2007 college football season as the Sooners gear it up tonight for North Texas. For the Gaylord family, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma, it's Big 12 football presented by Kyocera. Tonight, the North Texas Mean Green take on the number 8 ranked team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners. Hello everyone, I'm Bill Lang. Glad to have you aboard as Oklahoma faces North Texas. Game 3 of our quadruple header on FSN. Still to come, the nation's number 1 ranked team, Southern Cal, will take on Idaho following this one. Dave Lapham joins me here, and they are gathered and excited and fired up and should be at OU. A team that's trying to defend a Big 12 title. Some say can make a run for a national championship. All the parts, but wondering about the quarterback.
And rightfully so, but when you look at it, Bill, Oklahoma has won 4 Big 12 championships with 4 different quarterbacks. And as you look at these 4, they all had varying styles, but they also had a common denominator. They knew how to manage the game, get all their teammates involved, not try to win it by themselves. Sam Bradford has the same capabilities. Look at his high school numbers. 6'5", pocket presence, can see over the pressure, but he also is very athletic and mobile, can get out of pocket, throw it on the run. I think he has a chance to be very special. I really do.
North Texas is a team come in under a change. Last year they won just 3 ball games. New coach Todd Dodge, yeah, I guess he's a coaching legend from the high school ranks. All he did was win 4 state titles in the last 5 years in South Lake Carroll in Texas. He likes to throw it.
He does, and he spread the field with 4 wide receivers. That's how he dominated high school football in Texas. But he ran the ball 51% of the time in his last 3 years, had a 1,500-yard rusher. He's got one that's very capable here at North Texas. Look at Jamario Thomas's freshman year when 1,801 yards led the nation. And with this spread offense, there are natural running lanes for Thomas to take advantage of. And with his vision, with his escapability, make you miss, with his power, with his balance, with his acceleration, he can do the same thing for Todd Dodge. I think he's going to have a big year.
It'll be fun tonight. UNT and Oklahoma. Dodge and Stoops calling the shots here in Norman. When we return, Mike Goldberg and DeMarco Farr in our college football Saturday studio. You're watching Big 12 football presented by Kyocera.
All right, yeah. Number 8, Oklahoma, North Texas. Appalachian State has already pulled off a monumental upset. Is the Mean Green next?
Yeah, it could happen. It happened today. Why not? I'm interested to see if Todd Dodge can make the jump from high school to college football. He's a high school coaching legend, has his son coming in next season. I think he has a shot. Jamario Thomas needs to get off today.
OU has only lost 2 times under Bob Stoops at home. They've won 11 straight in Norman. The first half, the kickoff of Oklahoma and the Mean Green of Texas is coming up next on FSN. Enjoy the first half, everybody.
Welcome back to College Football Saturday presented by Kyocera. North Texas, 8th-ranked Oklahoma, moments away from kicking it off. Tonight's game is presented in FSN HD and brought to you by Hitachi. Let's send it down to Jim Knox with the head coach of North Texas, Todd Dodge.
All right, Coach, what a way to open your head coaching duties right here against Oklahoma. Give us the keys in upsetting the 8th-ranked team in the nation.
Well, on defense, we've got to play great first down defense. We can't allow Oklahoma to be second down and 3, second down and 2 all night long. We got to get our share of wins on first down. On offense, we got to make sure that we eliminate the unforced errors. And then, we just got to start our journey as a family. Our kids have looked each other in the eye and vowed that they've come here to give 7 seconds of full speed effort every time the ball snapped to each other. And if we stand a chance, we got to do that.
It's 87 degrees, 44% humidity, and the winds 6 miles an hour out of the east. Forecast nothing but a beautiful night for college football here. Tell you what, got to get goosebumps when you come to a facility like this with 80,000 going crazy. Remember, a few rule changes. The timing rules go back to 05, and the kickoff this year from the 30. North Texas with Moreland booting it off. Taken at the 10. Iglesias. He is brought down at the 31-yard line and is tackled by Robertson. 21 yards on the return. And the starting quarterback, redshirt freshman Sam Bradford. You saw what he was ranked in the recruiting numbers. He is a tremendous athlete, averaged a double-double in basketball, shot in the low 60s in golf. Tonight, they want him to manage a football game as he makes his debut here. 1st and 10 for Oklahoma at the 31-yard line. Bradford chased out of the pocket, scrambles out of bounds on the North Texas sideline. Kyocera provides us with the starting lineup. Let's take a look at the big fellas in front of him, and I do mean big. Lone Holt, 6'8", 350. Duke Robinson's a midget at 6'5", 330 next to him. Cooper, Walker, and Braxton the rest. DeMarco Murray gets the start in place of Alan Patrick with a little bit of a dinged-up ankle. Kelly is their outstanding receiver. Iglesias had 36 grabs last year, though, whether Johnson did last year, and Iglesias can break it as well. He had 41 catches a year ago. 2nd and 8. They toss it out in the flat, completed the 35 to 40, and run out of bounds is Iglesias. Joaquina Jr. out of Killeen. Now let's take a look at the North Texas defense. Weathers made that stop up front. This is the most experienced of their units, is Chapman, Thomas, Stevenson, Burris, who played at Westmore, just 8 miles from this football facility. Their linebackers are all veterans. Bush, Agbata, as well as Weathers. And you're reading in the secondary here for Todd Dodge in his college coaching debut. 1st and 10 at the 44 after that 12-yard pickup. Brad near the 15-yard line by Weathers.
You know, Malcolm Kelly is a great receiver, the best receiver on this football team, maybe the best offensive player on this football team. But what he did here was unselfish. For Iglesias, he blocked. And number 4, Malcolm Kelly, on the edge. Look at that seal right there. And Iglesias is off to the sideline. Malcolm Kelly doing the dirty work, doing the blue-collar stuff. He had the 3rd most yards in a single season last year for Oklahoma. 6'4" studded wideout will also block.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. What a debut for Bradford. He completes this one, and it is a touchdown, Oklahoma. They waste little time as Gresham with the opening score for the Sooners.
Manuel Johnson in the slot trying to throw a block. He lost his balance, lost his footing, but got enough to get the edge. Oklahoma's team speed already a huge factor. Kevin Wilson, the offensive coordinator, doing a great job of getting Sam Bradford's feet on the ground. Everything was the short pass. You know, it was almost like long laterals, horizontal passes, easy completions. Get the confidence for Sam Bradford established. Great drive by Oklahoma. Kevin Wilson mixing his formations very well. 4 wides, 2 running backs and a tight end.
Garrett Hartley from South Lake Carroll, Todd Dodge High School, comes through to boot the extra point. And it's North Texas' worst nightmare as OU goes 4 plays, 68 yards, 32 seconds.
Yeah, this is just another little horizontal pitch and catch. It's like a long lateral. Here you see enough established on the perimeter to get the block by Manuel Johnson. And when he slips to the turf, but he still gets enough of a piece. And that's all it took. because Oklahoma has immense team speed. And boy, Gresham, that's a big target. That's 6'6", 250, running like somebody a lot smaller. And that's the biggest obstacle for North Texas tonight. Oklahoma's team speed is like nothing they've ever seen before, and it changes all your angles, Bill. Your football geometry becomes totally different.
Yeah, you could practice ones versus ones, as Todd Dodge said they would do at times, but you can't recreate the speed that Oklahoma brings to the table.
And the size. I mean, 6'6", 250, and Gresham's probably faster than anybody North Texas has on their roster. I mean, when you have athletes that, are like that, it's just a tough matchup. I don't care how creative you are scheme-wise. Todd Dodge is extremely creative. When you have the X's and O's out of balance like this one potentially could be, it's tough duty.
Hartley, a second-team all-conference pick last year in the Big 12, and gets ready to kick it off. He's 5'9", 198, a senior. And North Texas with Bush and Jackson deep. And it's taken at the 12. Good coverage by Oklahoma as tackled near the 20-yard line. Evan Roman, a 5'10", 161-pound junior, an 8-yard return as North Texas gets its first shot. And their quarterback, Daniel Mager, a junior out of Richardson Pierce High School in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He's the most experienced quarterback here tonight. Let's see how he does running an entirely new offense from what Daryl Dickey had with a power running game. 1st and 10 at the 20. Lone running back will be Jamario Thomas, and out of the gun, Mager rolls and complete. Picks up about 4 or 5. Grabbed by Casey Fitzgerald, a junior from Red Oak, Texas, in the Dallas suburbs. Kyocera provides us the UNT starting lineup. Walker making the tackle on that play. The offensive line, very inexperienced. Venegas, the only returning starter. Thomas and Fitzgerald are big playmakers. Jackson's an outstanding receiver, and they like to spread the wealth in the Todd Dodge system, so they will utilize all of their skilled people. 2nd and 5 after a 5-yard pickup. The look incomplete. Popped hard by that Oklahoma secondary. Let's take a look at the Kyocera Sooner defense. It's an outstanding group up front for Oklahoma. You've got English as well as Granger, Bennett, McCoy, and Williams. Linebackers, some new faces, but they think very talented in Baker, Laughlin, and Reynolds. And the secondary is superior with Walker. DJ Wolf has made a name at free safety. Harris and Reggie Smith are also veterans with a lot of skill. 3rd and 5 for the Mean Green. Thomas run out of bounds short of the first down near the 27-yard line. Curtis Lofton there to make the stop, the junior from Kingfisher, Oklahoma.
Ryan Reynolds, linebacker, changing his position. He started in the middle of the football field, late, lined up on the edge, came untouched, pressured the quarterback, had to check it down too soon, had to dump it, and the tackle's made well before the first down. Nice job by Oklahoma changing it up late, not giving the quarterback enough time to adjust at the line of scrimmage.
Truman Spencer, the punter, and Oklahoma will field it at the 33-yard line, and good coverage by North Texas on that play as Reggie Smith is stopped around the 33-yard line. And now as this one settles in a little bit with Oklahoma leading 7-0, how about Todd Dodge and what he brings to the table for North Texas? This is a guy who has been a quarterback and a guy who's in charge his entire life. High school days at Jefferson, down in Port Arthur, a state title, of course, at Texas from 80 to 85. His greatest success at South Lake Carroll with 4 state titles in the last 5 years, and an absolute incredible run there of 79-1.
Incredible. 79 out of 80 wins, and the one loss was by 1 point. 16-15 in the 2003 state championship game, and the quarterback in that game for Todd Dodge was Chase Daniel. Now doing a great job with the spread offense for the Missouri Tigers. Todd Dodge really has an idea of all the intricacies of the passing game. we talked about it earlier, Bill, before we went on the air. You know, people think you get a 4-yard gain in the running game that you're stuffing people. And here's some high school coaches that went on to a big opportunity at the collegiate level. I played for Paul Brown. He was very successful, 28-8 at Ohio State. Jerry Faust from Moeller High School went to Notre Dame. He was like 30-25. Those are the only two that had a winning record going from high school head coach right to a major college head coaching opportunity. But the difference for Todd Dodge is he was an assistant coach, a coordinator at North Texas before taking the job, and I think that will stand him in good stead.
Yeah, as Todd Dodge said, and you saw the record that he had at South Lake Carroll. He wasn't looking to leave, and he said it wasn't just some big desire of, boy, I've got to coach D1. He saw something special about that situation in Denton, Texas, a school of 33,000 enrollment, 100,000 alumni, a fast-growing area, and in a league which they can be very competitive in. They dominated as recently as 3 years ago and build something there. He has a ton of ties to the state of Texas. I think it's a great opportunity.
And he has energized the North Texas program. And earlier, I was trying to get to the point. Bill Walsh, the great passing mind in the NFL, his message to us was, look, when defenses think you run the ball for 4 yards, they think you're crushing them. When you throw it for 4 yards, they think that they're stopping you. It's just a mentality. Todd Dodge, just like Bill Walsh, will take a 4-yard completion all day, every day. And the defense the whole time thinks they're stopping you, and they're really not. And that's his eyes up in the booth. Offensive coordinator Todd Ford, 34 years old. They've been working together for years at the high school level. They're on the same page, no question about that.
He brought 4 assistants with him from South Lake Carroll and then hired 4 others who have college experience and really likes the blend that he's got there. Well, now they need to figure out how to slow down Oklahoma because the Sooners went lickety-split for their opening score with Sam Bradford leading the way with a touchdown pass. It's 7-0, second possession, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. And this one is Murray on the handoff. He is electric. DeMarco is a redshirt freshman from Las Vegas. Suffered through a few injuries, but he lit him up in the spring game this year, and fans are anxious to get a look at him under the lights here tonight. Now, we're also going to see Alan Patrick, who was dinged up with an ankle injury. We'll see Jacob Gutierrez, and they have a stable of backs to try to replace Adrian Peterson.
And nobody has the endurance of Adrian Peterson. Bob Stoops will use all of his running backs.
Yeah, he likes the fact that he's got some numbers there. And here they power it forward to near the 39-yard line. Holman makes the tackle after a 5-yard pickup.
Murray, wise. He is a pretty runner. You know, Adrian Peterson galloped a little bit more to me. I mean, Adrian Peterson would kind of huck and buck a little bit. I mean, this kid Murray is smooth. Boy, does he glide. He picks up ground when it doesn't look like he's at full speed. He is.
Johnson and Kelly go wide right. Finley, the man in motion. Bradford, flag is thrown. Got a man, Iglesias. He breaks the tackle, goes to the 44-yard line. And we'll check out the penalty flag as Derek Mendoza made the stop for the Mean Green, a senior out of Hereford, Texas.
Well, they got North Texas in the neutral zone. I think they'll decline it and take the play. It was for a lot more yards. Bradford hasn't missed yet.
Offsides, defense, number 89. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down.
It was the hard count, the voice inflection got Blake Burris to jump into the neutral zone. You'll see him up here at the top. There he goes. No can do. Now it's a free play. Bradford knows it. Goes through his progression, finds Iglesias, moves the chains. And that's a nice start for Bradford. I mean, he's perfect on the night and totaling quite a few yards. The one to Iglesias was just a little long lateral, basically, and the big block spurned Iglesias for big yards.
1st and 10 at the 44 of North Texas. Play action. Bradford, plenty of time, going deep and just out of reach from Malcolm Kelly, their all-star receiver, who's a junior out of Longview, Texas. Last year had 993 receiving yards on 62 grabs and 10 scores.
There he is at the top of the screen. Just nothing fancy. Just get a little separation if you can. Run that post. Overthrown. Malcolm Kelly has very large hands for his body type. Bob Stoops says this young man has the best hands he's ever seen. Quite a statement. There have been a lot of great receivers at Oklahoma. Malcolm Kelly may be the best of them all.
2nd and 10 for Oklahoma. And the handoff around, and Johnson Murray, I beg your pardon, with a touchdown, Oklahoma. DeMarco Murray, 46 yards. That's why they get excited to see him.
Speed kills. And that is said more than once. The biggest adjustment, the biggest key for North Texas is to somehow figure out a way to neutralize the Oklahoma team speed. I mean, they are just, it's a track meet. But instead of a baton, they're handing off the football. And man, North Texas is stunned by the team speed that this Oklahoma Sooner offense presents. A little misdirection, reverse, and whew, that man can scoop. DeMarco Murray is a big play waiting to happen.
Hartley on for the point after, and it is good. Officially a 44-yard run, and Oklahoma 5 plays and 67 yards. They've already totaled 135 yards on 2 possessions with 11:44 to go in the quarter, Dave.
Well, you're going to have DeMarco Murray be in different positions. He's a running back, but he wasn't lined up as a running back on that play. He came from a receiver position for the reverse, and that's what he gives you is the versatility. Kevin Wilson is going to line him up in a lot of different spots on the football field and get the rock in his hands. Running it, receiving it, he is something special.
So Oklahoma runs it in for one,
Kevin
throws
Wilson
it for another. These guys don't even look excited up there, do they?
No, they're very businesslike.
5 plays and 67 yards. Glad to have our viewers that are joining us here as we continue with our quadruple head. 17, the final on that one. Oklahoma, a quick start here against North Texas. The 8th-ranked Sooners scoring on their 2 opening possessions and lead at 14-0. Redshirt freshman quarterback Sam Bradford getting his first start. Throws a TD pass on the first possession, and then DeMarco Murray scores on the second possession. You saw UNT's new head coach Todd Dodge looking for some answers in the early going as they have been stunned here at Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, he's shell-shocked right now because Oklahoma has detonated a couple of big plays. And they are just phenomenal athletically. Take a look at what took place. This is a little long lateral actually to Iglesias, and the key to that was the great block by the All-American candidate Malcolm Kelly at the wide receiver position. And now you go to a big tight end, Gresham, 6'6", 250. Get a nice block in the slot from Manuel Johnson, touchdown there. Then a little reverse. And now you got a running back that's not lined up at running back. He's lined up as a wide receiver, but DeMarco Murray is so versatile, so talented, and so fast. That's a big play waiting to happen. Kevin Wilson he'll deploy DeMarco Murray in a multitude of spots. It's going to be, instead of like, where's Waldo, it's going to be, where's DeMarco Murray? He's going to be everywhere.
I think Alan Patrick, who said he was ready to go with his ankle being all right, is now going, Coach, I said my ankle's fine. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm ready to go. All right, OU's keys to the game. How about it, Dave?
Well, physical presence, yeah. I think they're imposing their will a little bit. Ball security, that's by the quarterback Bradford doing a good job. And they had too many fumbles in 06. Want to take care of that. With the spread offense, they want to tackle in space. You know, with the wide receivers, if they catch the football, get him on the ground. And get Thomas on the ground with those big running lanes inside between the tackles. One-on-one tackling has to be crisp by the Oklahoma defense today.
All right, Hartley to kick it off again here. Bush from the 3. 20, found a little seam and then got wrapped up short of the 25-yard line. And now let's take a look at the North Texas keys as they take the field again.
Well, the biggest key for North Texas is somehow figuring out how to deal with the speed of the game. And we just showed you on the highlights the speed that Oklahoma has. It changes all of the angles on special teams, offense, defense, different football geometry. No unforced errors. They can't afford drop balls on uncontested catches, no false starts, no lining up wrong. And then finally, first down success defensively. You can't let Oklahoma get in a lot of second and shorts, or it's going to be, I don't think Oklahoma's faced the third down yet, though. So first down defense has not been good enough yet for North Texas. Hopefully that'll change so they can get back into this football.
11:40 2:44 to go.
11:38.
Yeah, they're going to take some time off as the clock.
Thank
We've had
you.
the timing rules changed, but the clock still starts when the ball's in play.
Simple rule there. You know, the one thing about the big rule change, Bill, kicking off from the 30-yard line, now you're going to get hang time in your kickoffs. You have to get 4.2 to 4.4 second hang time, or those low-line drives will come right back at you.
First and 10 at the 25 for Daniel Mager. The UNT quarterback hands it off to Thomas. Forget it. Stuffed at the 21-yard line, a loss on the play. Curtis Lofton there to meet and greet.
Curtis Lofton, it's a case of making a quick read and then filling downhill and making the play. And that's exactly, here he comes. Boom, defeats the block inside, very short tackle, helmet across the bow. He's hung in there, understands every nuance of this defense, and he's going to be a leader at linebacker.
2nd and 14 now for the Mean Green of North Texas. Mager felt the pressure, going to tuck it under. Makes the most and has the first down as he crosses the 30 to the 32-yard line. Daniel Mager.
Well, the pass rush from Oklahoma, everybody ran by the quarterback. Inside rush right there, lost lane integrity. I mean, the Red Sea parted. Mager said, are you kidding me? I have to tuck this and run. Not very good integrity on the rush lane. Oh!
Near pick that time by the Sooners, and would have been 6 for Smith, as Reggie was off to the end zone had he held on.
Well, I think that's one member of the best secondary in the country. Reggie Smith has played safety. Now he's back out at the cornerback position. They have a couple of Thorpe Award finalist candidates.
Somebody jumped off as the flag is thrown. 2nd and 10 is what it would have
Prior to
been.
the snap, ball start, offense, number 71, 5-yard penalty, it remains 2nd down.
Matthew Menard, a little flinch up front. Once you get in that 3-point stand, even in a 2-point, you cannot flinch. You cannot start. See that flinch right there? You can't fake the start of a play. That's what triggered the defensive end to start his movement. Once you get in that 2-point stance, you also have to freeze. You can't be rocking out of there.
2nd and 15. Mager chased out of the pocket, completes it. No, incomplete on the big hit that time. Johnson, number 49, the intended receiver, Brandon.
You know, the North Texas offense is having more success throwing to the wide side of the field instead of the short side. You got to catch that football. That's one of those unforced errors. The hit was after the arrival of the football. When you have both hands on the football, you have to secure it and put it away. When you get opportunities like that, you have to capitalize.
Brandon Jackson, who caught 17 for 188 yards last year and a touchdown. Cannot give Oklahoma freebies like that. 3rd and 15 now. Mager, this one is complete and across the 35-yard line before the tackle is made, but they're going to have to boot it away. Lofton made the tackle.
Well, Oklahoma defensively is so stout when they get you on 3rd and long. Look at this route recognition, jumped it, and his contact was simultaneous with the arrival of the football, pushed everything inside to where the inside pursuit was coming, and 4 or 5 helmets got around the receiver. Nice pursuit.
Spencer back to punt it away here again. Smith is the deep man for Oklahoma. Dances by a couple. Flag is thrown as he turns the corner at the 35 and is knocked out of bounds near the 43. A penalty flag has been thrown back at the 25-yard line.
Could be a hold or an illegal block in the back by the Oklahoma Sooners. And 3rd down, Bill, last year, Oklahoma only allowed the opposition to convert 20% of the time at home on 3rd down. 15 out of 75 led the country. 20% 3rd down conversion allowed by Bob Stoops' defense last year at home. That is nothing short of phenomenal.
Cole Mahan made the tackle. You saw.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 35, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, 1st down.
Carter Whitson is the guilty party. See if we can find it right here. Here it is. There's old Carter Whitson pushing the back. No can do. You got to get your helmet in front.
And you also saw Him being reminded on the sideline that that's not the proper way to play the game of football. Stay with us. Kyocera's College Football Saturday rolls on. Oklahoma 14-zip. Oklahoma, quick start, 14-zip over North Texas. Next week, College Football Saturday returns with a triple header. Fresno State looking to upset 25th ranked Texas A&M in College Station. And then 22nd ranked TCU at 4th rated Texas. And finally, Colorado and Arizona State, Big 12 Pac-10. It's College Football Saturday kickoff show presented by Kyocera at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, right here on FSN. First and 10 at the 16 for Sam Bradford. And he hands it off on the first down. And Murray is stopped by Thomas, Isaac Thomas, a junior from Mansfield, Texas. Burris also went in the play. Blake, a senior from Oklahoma City.
Well, that was one of the keys, first down defense, and they got it done on that particular sequence. But Cooper Land, you know that kid, don't you? Cooper Land just gave me an unbelievable stat. Oklahoma right now is averaging 15 yards per play before that snap. North Texas a mere 2.7. That's quite a disparity.
Part of that's because John Cooper, their center, is helping lead the way here for this Oklahoma squad. Their offensive line is stout. And Murray bringing it around the corner. It shows you, hey, I'm not all speed and glitz. A little power there too, Dave.
I agree, Bill. And you know, this is a kid that'll look, he'll give you the tough yards that you need, the 2, 3, 4 yard carry between the tackles, but then he'll bounce it on you and take it to the house. In my opinion, great running backs are great because they can make you miss and take it the distance. Murray can make you miss and run away from you. He has potential to be a great running back, not just a good one.
Scored 22 touchdowns on the ground his senior year, 4 through receiving. And he set him up for 3rd and 7 here. Incomplete, intended for Kelly. Out of bounds on the Oklahoma sideline. So Oklahoma will punt it away. And they have not only weapons everywhere, they have multiple punters as well. They got the long guy and the short guy, Mike Knoll for the short kicks. And then Michael Cohen should come on here because they want the distance. He is a senior out of Houston. 6 foot 205 and averaged 41 per kick last year.
What a luxury that is. In North Texas, they played good defense on first down and forced a 3 and out. So that first down play was significant. Got Oklahoma off schedule, and they went 1, 2, 3 and had to punt.
Cohen, good kick, and it's returned from the 41-yard line. And brought down near the 48-yard line as Roman on the return, and Mario Pleasant made the tackle. Mario Thomas is a guy that, as a freshman, just broke out. This isn't against just anybody. It's against Colorado Day.
Oh, absolutely, and he had over 200 yards rushing in this game, 247 to be exact. Look at the balance there. He's got great vision. He's got balance, and he can scoop. I mean, he is a quality running back. You don't gain 1,801 yards as a freshman by accident. He's got some talent.
5 200-plus yard games as a freshman, and the player of the year in the Sun Belt when he averaged 189 yards per game and led the nation.
And he's got 6 200-yard games now in his career, and that's the most of any active running back in the NCAA.
First and 10 here, Magers.
Big tackle might have been holding on the edge. Let's see. Looked like he had some cloth from North Texas. Looked like he was grabbing the Oklahoma defensive rush man.
Holding offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty. It remains first down.
It wasn't Santiago, it was Venegas. Yeah. They got for the hold. But there was some definite, oh, here it is. Venegas, I thought I saw a double 7. Venegas is the one that, he got his money's worth. I mean, that's a little dozy-do and everything else. I think, you know, out in the street you get arrested for that.
Well, right now, it's 1st and 20. The ball on the 38-yard line. North Texas going the wrong direction. Flags thrown again.
This is what Coach Dodge didn't want, the unforced errors.
Ball start, offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty, that remains, first down.
He's just cost his team back-to-back yards in losses, and he wasn't scheduled to start, but due to injury, he is starting. He's a senior. He's got the most experience, but it's not going well for him right now. Have to settle down. Can't have lining 6 men up in the line of scrimmage instead of 7, having the false start, the pre-snap penalties, where you're beating yourself. Oklahoma's not beating you. You can't have it because Oklahoma's good enough to beat you without your help.
And Venegas taking the place of Robert Peachy, who was out with an injury that was slated to get the start. First to 25, and nothing doing with the ball on the ground as Mager hands it off this time. Let's send it down to Jim Knox on the sideline.
He said he's 30 pounds lighter this year because he gave up fast food. He wants to get back to his freshman days. Remember one of those games he rushed for over 200 yards against Colorado. So Jamario Thomas thinks he's going to get back to his freshman days by giving up fast food. And take a look at his thighs, guys. They're like two of Dave Lapham's thighs put together. They're like tree trunks out there.
Noxie, I thought you went on your diet to lose 30 pounds. You're the most disciplined eater I've ever met.
Oklahoma trying to eat him up here defensively as Mager running for his life. You see Bennett and company in on the play. Corey, a junior from San Antonio, Texas, out of Roosevelt High School.
Mager blew a tire. He lost the right shoe. Blew a tire, has to get it back, little pit stop, get it back on, tie it back up. When the rubber meets the road sometimes, you lose that tire.
And now 3rd and 26 as he scrambles to get ready to take the snap. In trouble again. And this one is coughed up. Loose football at the 23-yard line.
Well, Nick Harris forced the fumble. The safety came on the blitz and knocked the ball free. It's 4th down. Or no, what? Saying it's 4th down in North Texas, going to have to punt the football. Here comes Harris, and Harris is closing on him, and Harris tomahawks the ball out of there. Ball security, when you know it's coming, and he knew it was coming, Mager tried to turn around and wheel away from it, but I'm telling you, it's all about the speed of the game. And with that speed comes impact that North Texas is not used to. They have not played against athletes like this.
So North Texas will boot from inside its own 10. Spencer averaged 40.8 a kick a year ago, and Smith spins and breaks it up to the 35 and now the 40. Pretty good return just to get that. Showed you his elusiveness, Reggie Smith. What happens when sports and science collide? Introducing the incredible new series that analyzes sports like you've never seen before. Don't miss the groundbreaking season premiere of Sports Science, September 30th. It's at 9 p.m. only on FSN. Bill Land, Dave Lapham, Jim Knox with you here, where Oklahoma struck quickly on their first 2 possessions. Gresham, a 15-yard pass reception from Bradford.
The play was over.
44-yard
Personal foul.
run.
Late hit. Number 26. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Brett Bowers was tagged with a late hit, and Bob Stoops isn't happy on it. So look at the field position you're costing us. Can't have that, Brett. Can't have that. Got to be more disciplined than that. Keep your composure. Or something like that. Maybe a little bit more vociferous.
Good translation.
Yeah.
Like you've heard that from some coaches before.
And there it is. There's the late hit. Kind of Bowers coming in trying to peel somebody off the pile after the play was dead.
So 1st and 10, but at the 26 now for Oklahoma, and a flag thrown here before it gets underway.
Early start by the Oklahoma Sooners offensive line. Jumped a little bit before the snap count.
Ball start, offense, number 79, 5-yard penalty, it remains, first down.
Don't blame coaches for getting upset, but also from our standpoint, hey, it's the season opener.
Right.
Sold out house, everybody's gassed up. Guys are going to make some mistakes here early like that, aren't they?
Well, you're right, Bill. When you look at Lodeholt, when he gets going, he's not going to be able to stop that momentum. The offensive line average is almost 6'7" and just over 315 pounds, but he tilts the average. He's 6'8", 350. Unrealistic.
Out of Garden City Community College in the Jayhawk Conference. This pass to Kelly, And did he snare it at the 45? My goodness. Bob Stoops said the best hands he's ever seen. That's why.
He just snatched that ball at about his knee level and just very, very effortlessly. And it all started when he was 5 years old. His dad told him to catch the ball with your hands. And look at, I mean, it's basic, but that is just snaring the ball that's below the waist and not breaking stride. So doing. His dad, when he was 5 years old, would throw the ball underhand to him, and Malcolm would say, throw it overhand. It's not until you start catching with your hands, forget your chest. And it started then, and he can catch everything.
First and 10 at the 45, and this one complete to Iglesias. Dances by the defender, 40. Will he go? 30, 20, dodges another one, dives, and Oklahoma. What a play by Iglesias. 54 yards, knocked out at the 2.
You know, catching the football is one thing, but then yards after catch is another. Look at this move. Whoops! I mean, that's just an amazing effort right there when you make Roman miss like that. And then you make on the sideline another a go-to miss. I mean, that's just an unbelievable play. Again, athleticism, quickness, speed. It's just a mismatch. North Texas does not have the athletes that Oklahoma does.
50-yard gain, and Oklahoma first and goal now trying to punch it in. No go for Murray on this carry as Mahan, the linebacker, junior from Keller, Texas, makes a stop for the Mean Green.
Iglesias has 100 yards receiving already, doesn't he? I mean, he caught the long touchdown, and that one's another 50. I mean, I think he's got the century mark on very limited receptions right there. I mean, he's getting it done big time.
Here's Oklahoma in the red zone last year. The best in the Big 12 at 94%. And Murray just a yard away from getting this one to go.
Murray has great body lean. You saw it right there. I mean, he's always stretching the football for every inch that he can get. And we've seen him run the reverse, showing his speed on the edge. You see him show his speed between the tackles. He's a guy that can do it all.
So it's 3rd and goal now from the 2. Football serious here. He's not looking on like focus. Final game of the Big 12 championship final play. And again, Oklahoma saying, hey, let's use that big offensive line. North Texas up to the task so far.
Well, you look for little victories. And if North Texas can hold right here, will Oklahoma go for it on 4th down, or will they settle for a field goal? And they're going to go for it. And if North Texas can hold their necks and have a goal line stand here, they may generate a little momentum. If Oklahoma punches this one in, very deflating for North Texas.
4:01 remaining in the quarter. 4th and goal.
Didn't make the decision soon enough.
Oklahoma, that is their first charge, team. Timeout.
Play clock was winding down. Took a little too long to decide.
Sam Bradford getting his debut here tonight at Norman, and took him to a touchdown on the first 2 possessions, including a TD pass on the opening drive. And out of Putnam City North, and won a tough battle in the job for the quarterback position. And he came out, and Iglesias scored the first one and then almost scored on his second grab.
Oh, this is just a little lateral here, basically. Malcolm Kelly was the key there. Great block in the perimeter, and then Iglesias says, I'm taking it down the sideline. And here, now, this is him. Catch the football, oops, make you miss. Take it down the sideline. I'm going to cut back on you, shoot, make you miss. That's just great individual effort right there.
Bumped out on the 2-yard line, and now they'll call it 4th and goal from the 1 here after Oklahoma's 5-play, 73-yard drive, 2:29. Murray, did he get in?
Yep.
Yes, I think he did. As Murray wasn't going to be denied this time.
It's all about pad level, Bill. And Murray lowered his pads, and it's all about physics, football physics. Low man wins. You get your pad underneath the opponent's pads, good things are going to happen. Watch Murray right here. He stretches it out, then he says, you know, I got to turn it upfield, and I got to get myself underneath everybody. He does exactly that, gets the ball over the goal line. Tough run.
So Murray gets his second score, Oklahoma's third TD here in the first quarter. And trying to make it 21-0 is Garrett Hartley.
Kick's gone.
And it is good. 21-0 Sooners over North Texas with 3:49 to go. First quarter here in Norman. Welcome back to Oklahoma. Here in Norman, the Sooners dominating early, 21-0, 8th-ranked team in the country.
Cheerleaders have the summer tans going, Bill. I'm very impressed.
You are so observant. I'll tell you what's why you're the best up here. Here's the kickoff, and it rolls by the return man into the end zone. And touchback will bring it out. So Oklahoma tonight has amassed 217 yards on 18 plays from scrimmage. And so the Mean Green at 13 yards of offense. An advantage of 204. My math isn't real good, but I can figure that out.
And Hartley, just saw the numbers. 19 of 20 last year, Bill. 95%. And that led the country, obviously, with minimum attempts at 15 or more. Hartley's just accurate, and he's got the leg distance, the strength for the distance.
Bager on 1st and 10 from the 20. Good protection this time. Washington, the receiver. Nice pitch and catch. It'll move the chains to the 32. A pickup of 12. DJ Wolf, the strong safety, making the tackle.
Well, Oklahoma ran some twists. Look at the defensive linemen start to twist here. And it was picked up and sorted out very well by North Texas. And then the little slot receiver, who was an option quarterback in high school, shows his quicks.
The ball carrier.
Well, one of the things about Todd Dodge that people will tell you about him that he does so well is he makes adjustments on the fly and gets his team to do that and says, if you're going to be really good, you can't wait till halftime to figure it out.
Right.
Well, maybe they're picking up at least something here.
He wants communication after every series, Bill, so they can make quick adjustments. Great point.
2nd and 3. Bager stuffed around the 41-yard line.
Bager on the carry. Making the tackle, Austin English.
First down markers brought to you by Overstock.com. Your entire order ships for just $2.95 at Overstock.com. Live better with Overstock.com. It's all about the O.
$2.95. I get a nickel back on my $3. I like it.
What a deal, huh?
I like it.
3rd and 2 at the 40 now. Todd signals the play in. Bager with a wristband to keep track of things. Lyman nearly bumped him down. Now as he's chased out of the pocket, incomplete, trying to go underneath. Just great coverage by Oklahoma.
Yeah, they're so athletic, Bill, they can run with people. And that's why Oklahoma is successful against Texas Tech, Missouri. This isn't the first time Oklahoma's seen the spread offense. I mean, Texas Tech spread offense is at a different level, but this is basically a carbon copy of what Gary Pinkel is doing at Missouri with a quarterback who actually quarterbacked for Todd Dodge, so it makes a lot of sense. I mean, Chase Daniel has got his doctorate in the spread.
First injury of the night for OU might have been the head coach as he got knocked down there. Hopefully he's all right as Oklahoma takes the fair catch here.
Fair catch is made at around the 13-yard line.
And the Sooners will take over there. Bob Stoops on the sideline.
Whoa.
And
easy. He says, I got to walk that one off. Man, I got to get up and walk it off. He's not happy about it.
Somebody's going to pay.
You know what it is? It's opening game for sideline workers, too. I mean, you got to stay out of the way of the coach. You can't be pulling cords and
There's
wires
always
in
that
his way.
back him up guy, right? That's, hey, back him up.
Exactly.
Keep him back. Well, that means back from the sideline and also stay out of the coach's hair. Be like an umbilical cord, not a noose with that headset, right?
And he turned around and gave the
1st and 10 at the 13. And this one is complete to Gresham. And loose football. North Texas saying they've got it. Let's see if they sort it out there at the 20.
They do.
Mean Green with the fumble recovery. Aaron Weathers with the football.
Aaron Weathers was preseason all-conference selection at the safety position. He comes up with the first takeaway of the season for the Mean Green. He's trying to do a little too much. Put the ball away. Your big man, you shouldn't lose the football. Ball security is key. Weathers forced it and then recovered as well. Watch Weathers reach in and strip it. Strips it with the left hand. And now Weathers falls on top of it. That's big time. You force the fumble and get a fumble recovery. Star on the forehead of Weathers right there.
Now, what does the offense do with it? And the fans take this as a challenge here. Okay, we'll turn up the heat, see if we can help our defense out. 1st and 10 at the Oklahoma 20 for North Texas, trailing 21-0. And Mager, a little indecision whether he was going to hand it off or not. Thomas finally scampers out of bounds on the play. Holmes was there covering. Lindy, a junior out of Dallas.
Ryan Reynolds, the linebacker again, lines up on the outside of the formation, and he comes unblocked. And Ryan Reynolds makes the ball carrier make his first move in his own backfield. Here he comes, misses the tackle, but he makes Thomas make his first move in his own backfield. And you can't question Ryan's desire to play. ACL, LCL, and he's come back from both.
2nd and 7, going for 6, incomplete. Overthrown in the end zone for Brock Stickler. Tonight's game is being shown on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the United States Armed Forces, serving in 177 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. Welcome and thank you, U.S. military.
Absolutely.
Appreciate all you do.
I'm in awe of what you do. And like Bill said, thank you for allowing us to stay free.
Hopefully we give you at least a few minutes of enjoyment here this evening. Not if you're a North Texas fan, as Mager is tripped up back on the 31-yard line. John Williams, the senior out of Houston Lamar, coming through for the stop for Oklahoma. He's 6'5", 265.
Well, a couple of years ago, he was playing exceptionally well and ends up having a little bit of a knee problem. But here, it's just sheer speed on the edge. Again, how many times have we said speed, quickness? It's just mismatches.
4th and 19 from the 29. Going deep here, and it is incomplete. Intended there for Casey Fitzgerald. College Football Saturday on FSN is presented by Kyocera, the new value frontier. And brought to you in part by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper, there's more to it. And by Aflac. Ask about it at work.
You know, Bill, there was a giveaway, a turnover by Oklahoma. But what did they do? Instead of spitting the bit, 4 plays, -9 yards, they get the ball back on downs. It's equivalent to getting a turnover.
So the defense more than does the job, and then Oklahoma decides to grind it out a little bit here. Weathers makes the tackle on the play.
Moses Madu there, carrying the football.
Madu, 5'11", 190, a freshman from Norman.
Yeah, they've got, you talk about some depth at the running back. In my opinion, Oklahoma has the best core of tight ends in the country, the best secondary in the country, one of the top offensive lines in the country, and they have a stable of running backs. That's pretty good.
2nd and 3 after that 7-yard pickup by Madu. Bradford. Tries to dump it down the line, and Kelly with a circus grab. That is absolutely amazing.
Well, the Mean Green sideline is saying that Kelly was out of bounds on his route and came back inbounds to make the catch. And one official is hatless. That could mean that Kelly did come out of bounds, and he was the first man to touch the ball when he came back onto the field to play. That's what's being discussed right now. But Kelly made a great reaction when Bradford was in trouble and running to the sideline. He tried to keep himself alive. Let's see if he stayed legal.
Illegal touching, offense number 4. An eligible wide receiver who voluntarily stepped out of bounds, returned in bounds, and was the first to touch the pass. The penalty is lost it down at the previous spot. 3rd down.
Well, all that effort for naught.
Yeah.
Good job by Kelly to stay alive. But here he steps out of bounds. He's clearly, both feet are out of bounds. And then he comes back in, the first man to touch the football. Can't do it. And you see the official throwing the lid right there saying, okay, I got to keep track of that. Okay, he stepped out, throw the hat, and then we'll talk it over. Good piece of officiating right there.
You see Kelly's career numbers that are phenomenal. And a junior now, remember that. Honorable mention all-conference as a freshman, second-team all-league last year in a league that is dominated by great receivers. They come right back to him. He nearly stepped over Roman after the reception, but credit Roman. He stayed with him to bring him down.
Yeah, I think Kelly has just a world of potential, and you know it's almost ludicrous to say, but not all wide receivers catch the ball with their hands as easily and fluidly as Kelly does. Some guys fight it. Some guys use their bodies to secure the football, and that's dangerous. You let it get into your body, bouncing off those plastic shoulder pads, you can have some ricochets that are tough to control.
1st and 10 with 16 seconds to go in the quarter. Play action. Bradford got time and completes it near the first down marker as well.
Finley.
Yep, John Finley, the senior out of Arlington, Texas, who was an honorable mention all Big 12 last year with 19 catches, had 3 touchdowns. Picks up 11 here, 11 yards that is.
A little play action fake right there, and Madu does a good job in the play. And that's just a contested catch by a monster. I mean, you know, he's 6'6", and he's getting airborne. He's got at least a half-a-foot advantage over any defensive back. Throw it up and let him make that contested catch.
He's jealous. Grisham's already got a touchdown tonight, and they got Brody Eldridge hanging around too as a tight end. Well, an impressive start for the Sooners. It's the end of the first quarter with the score Oklahoma 21, North Texas 0. You're watching Big 12 football. It's presented by Kyocera on FSN. Kyocera's College Football Saturday. Back with you. Beautiful Norman, Oklahoma on just a gorgeous evening to open up the college football season. And Oklahoma thinks it's pretty fantastic as well. 21-0 leader as we get ready to start the second quarter here at Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Bill Land, Dave Lapham, Jim Knox with you. First quarter stats. Domination, Oklahoma in every category.
Wow, look at that. Better than almost first down advantage on every snap for Oklahoma. That'll add up quickly.
As we pick it up, Bradford wants to throw, does complete, and stepping right out of bounds, Iglesias with the reception.
Well, Iglesias is the beneficiary of North Texas saying to Malcolm Kelly, we're going to roll coverage your way. We're not going to allow you to get after us. Look at the numbers by Bradford. 6 out of 8 for 131 yards. Little turn back protection. Great separation. Bradford, nobody was within 5 yards of vision unimpaired. Easy catch.
Oklahoma on a 1st and 10 at the 36. The official taking a fall as well. Nuruddin making the tackle here.
Well, this is the second time that I can recall North Texas achieved their goal of first down defense. The first time it happened, they forced Oklahoma to go 1, 2, 3 and out. It's not going to be 1, 2, 3 and out this time because they got a first down on their first play, but their second first down opportunity, they knocked Oklahoma off schedule by 4 yards, 2nd and 14.
So let's see what they do in this adverse situation. Bradford, they come at him, he dumps it off to Madu. And he is tackled near the 36-yard line. We've talked about these host of running backs, and Bob Stoops is quick to remind folks, hey, don't get me wrong. Adrian Peterson was an unbelievable back, but we did go 7-0 when he was not in the lineup.
Right. Some of it is, you know, they played Texas with Adrian Peterson and Boise State, and Patrick was the primary substitute last year for Adrian Peterson, and he put up some big yards. 761 yards rushing was the 4th most in the NCAA for a backup running back.
3rd and 10 at the 36. Bradford completing this one to Iglesias for a first down. Jim Knox with a little bit more.
All right, Bill, talking to Alan Patrick before the game, he said he's still battling a sore ankle, but he's ready to play. It's better than it was before last year's game against Oklahoma State. You may recall in that game he rushed for 163 yards. They just may not want to chance him tonight, get him a little extra rest because Miami comes to town next week. And also DeMarco Murray, he's having a pretty nice game himself.
No question, Noxie. Why take a chance on further damage, injuring that ankle? I wouldn't play him tonight either.
First and 10 at the 24. And Gutierrez, you hear Goot from the fans as he goes to the 20. Jacob is a senior from San Antonio out of Madison High School, 5'6", 187. And Miller makes the tackle. So Bob Stoops already utilizing that depth at the running back position and bringing in some different folks at the wideout as well.
Look at Good disappearing in the huddle at 5'6". I mean, he just gets eclipsed, and he benches 415. This little sucker's got some strength.
Put him behind load hole.
Yeah, exactly.
And somebody may never see him. He may just march right down the field.
Load hole's got more than a foot on him.
2nd and 6. Gutierrez squirts right through there. He's going to move the chains down inside the 15, nearly the 12-yard line, and Maurice Holman makes the tackle for North Texas.
You may not see him in the NFL next year, but he's going to make a contribution to somebody's community. He's already done a ton for the Norman community, and he's a captain for a reason. Quality human being. They don't get any better than Goop, and his teammates love him. Bradford, the quarterback we see right there with that 1.4, his GPA 3.5 or better. Academics come as easily as athletics to him. This kid is just extremely talented.
Sets him up 1st and 10, ball on the 13, and Gutierrez again runs into a bit of a wall this time. So Murray gets a breather for the time being. 9 carries, 58 yards, averages over 6 per carry, and had 2 scores in his first quarter action.
Not bad.
Yeah.
As they are deep into the red zone, and Murray seems to be taking on the role of potential touchdown maker here.
2nd down and 10 from the 13. Bradford steps forward, saw a nice crease. He dives inside the 5. He's close to a 1st and goal situation now.
I'll say,
Bradford, nice feet, huh?
Yeah, nice feet, and there was a heads-up block. I think it might have been by Finley down the football field. You know, you see Bradford, he sees a lot of real estate, so he tucks it and starts to go. That's a great block. It was Finley. Finley heads up, turns around, and takes a North Texas defender to the ground. That's just a tremendous effort, allowing your quarterback to get extra yards. Nice job by Finley with his football IQ.
Brandon Monroe had made the tackle. 1st and goal now from the 2. As Oklahoma looking for another score. Murray churning those legs.
He's in.
Touchdown Sooners. His 3rd score of the night.
You know, Oklahoma's so versatile, they can spread the field. Then here they come with 2 of their outstanding tight ends. They go to the 2 tight end set, and they said, now we're going to mash it. We got the big offensive line. We got the fullbacks, Aslaw with the lead block, and we got Murray, who will not quit. He smells the goal line. And once he's close, he's going to spin, twist, extend. He wants touchdowns. That's his 3rd of the night. One of them was pretty on the reverse. He looked pretty. The other 2 have been powerful. He's got it all. He's pretty. He's powerful. He's a stud.
And now to try to make it 28-0. Hartley, and Garrett's kick is good. And Oklahoma with a 28-0 lead and 11:39 to go here in this first half. DeMarco Murray, the story on the ground with 3 TDs.
Totally dominated by Oklahoma. They just have better athletes on the field in every area.
Bush, the deep man. Hartley to kick it off for Oklahoma. Bush from the 2. 10. Sidestep 1, and then a wall hits him near the 16. Dr. Pepper game break. Let's go to Mike Goldberg.
Well, I can say quite simply that Bill Land, the Nick Saban era in Alabama started out fairly well. First play from scrimmage, Terry Grant, 47 yards, his first of 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Alabama leads over Western Carolina. Nick Saban, 3-1 in his overall coaching debuts at Toledo, Michigan State, LSU, and with the Miami Dolphins.
Thank you, Mike. Nobody's going to Western Carolina. Well, after App State went to the big house and beat Michigan today, every school in the country's paying attention, regardless of the opponent, right?
Yeah, you're right. You can't take anything for granted. No way.
Reggie Smith makes the stop on this play as North Texas trying to get on track. Brandon Jackson, the receiver on that play. And it'll be a 2nd down and 5 now for the Mean Green. Well, they got to get their defense off the field for a while. Just let them have a chance to regroup, see if they can eat up a little clock, if not score, huh, Dave?
Absolutely. When you go no huddle and you go 1, 2, 3 and out, boy, you put a lot of pressure on your defense.
Ball's gone.
And it is complete across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And Jackson again, the receiver. Lendy Holmes, the tackle.
And Jackson, little crossing pattern. Jackson just finds himself a little seam between linebacker and safety and secures the football. Nice route, and the ball was delivered in a very timely fashion. Jackson is the most athletic of the wide receivers. They really like his size and his athleticism.
Senior out of Fort Bend, Texas, Austin High School. 1st and 10 at the 32 for North Texas now. Mager, a little more time. Fitzgerald, the receiver, breaks a tackle and rumbles out of bounds on the Oklahoma sideline at the 45-yard line, and that will move the chains again. Picks up around 13 as Nick Harris is the stopper.
Yeah, and there was a missed tackle on the sideline, and I think it might have been DJ Wolf that could ducked underneath. And, you know, making the catch is one thing, but one thing that Brent Venables wanted was the sure tackling one-on-one in space, and that time didn't occur for the defense.
1st and 10 at the 45 for UNT. Thomas. Remember, North Texas had started with 0 yards rushing on this drive, so they've had to go to the air, and Lofton makes the tackle here.
Yeah, Oklahoma, even when you spread them out, you know, you look in the theory of the North Texas spread offense is when Oklahoma has 5 in the box, you're going to run it. When they have 7 in the box, you're going to throw it. Right now they have 6 in the box, and Brent Venables is trying to play a little mind game.
Boy, what a job their staff does. Bob Stoops gives a lot of credit to those assistants, and here Venables guys rise to the occasion again. They come in with a sack on the play as Oklahoma turns the heat up.
Austin English. Now this kid is a very explosive, powerful man. Watch him right here. High school running back, ran the 100 meters. He's done a good job at the training table, beefing up. And that's just sheer speed. And then he dipped. You see him dip the shoulder pads to get underneath. Leverage and speed. Deadly combination as an edge rusher.
Redshirted last year. A couple of games in 05. Sophomore from Canadian, Texas. And they just plug him in one after another here. They never lack for talent.
They always have in the funnel, don't they?
Oh,
bringing the next one.
It's like somebody said, do you redshirt freshman, or do you have a plan for that? And they say, no, we play them, and at the end of the year, if you haven't played, you're redshirted. The best players play here, and they're playing very well tonight. We'll be right back in a moment. College Football Saturday on FSN is presented by Kyocera Wireless. Our phones are different because our thinking is different. Japanese inspiration, Western innovation. Kyocera Wireless, tomorrow is rising. And the first down marker is brought to you by Overstock.com. Overstock.com has the best online price guarantee and savings up to 70%. Shop at Overstock.com. It's all about the O. Maybe we should add a U to that.
Yeah, really.
The Sooners have outgained them 295 to 47.
And on the ground, 125 for Oklahoma, -6 for North Texas, because in college football, quarterback sacks come off the rushing yards, not the passing yards.
So, North Texas faced with a 3rd and 16 from its own 39. Mager, the quarterback, coming after him and unloads to the bench.
He's got to throw it away to avoid the sack. The heat came from Lonzo Dotson.
Senior out of Houston, 6'4", 262. So, punting situation is Truman Spencer will punt. He's a junior out of Mesquite, Texas.
And deep to receive for the Sooners is number 15, Dominic Franks.
Dominic Franks is deep at the 25. So a new return man now for the Sooners as well. Good kick. Franks waving for the fair catch and does so successfully at the 24-yard line. Well, you take a look at that top 25, a major surprise in the top 25 today. Go right down to number 5, Michigan.
They may not be in the top 25 anymore. So that means everybody's moving up a little bit. So Oklahoma creeping up there, and Nebraska won big. Texas A&M plays here in a little bit. So that was a major upset. First,
congratulations, doing it in Ann Arbor. Behind Murray, out of the backfield on the short toss, dives across the 30-yard line.
This kid is long. Look at his arms, and he's just so smooth. I mean, he's a very gifted football player, and you saw how easily he caught the football. Kevin Wilson is going to have a big time blast formationing him to death, and utilizing him in multiple ways with that versatility.
And their line will provide the blast. This one is complete outside, and wheeling is Johnson, and he is stopped at the 35-yard line. That's a first down. Antoine Bush makes the tackle on Manuel Johnson, a junior out of Gilmer, Texas.
And Iglesias made the block, or tried to make the block that Malcolm Kelly made for him when he got off to the races. Iglesias was out there on the perimeter trying to seal the edge, reversing rolls there, and that's good to see. If somebody blocks for you, you better block for somebody else.
And it's a 1st and 10 at the 35. 8:04 counting. First half winding here in Norman. Sooners 28, North Texas 0. Bradford throwing. Got him, Kelly. He will score. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Man. That's just flat speed once again. Nothing fancy there, just run by people. Bradford laid it out there beautifully, though. He does have a nice arm to make all the throws. Nice opening day for the redshirt freshman quarterback. In Oklahoma history, they're 14-5 all time when a quarterback makes his first career start in the home opener. And here Bradford is trying to add to that. Well, that's just, you have a big man who's got blazing speed, outrunning an overmatched defensive back with less size and less foot speed.
Bradford, his second TD pass of the day, and Hartley booms it through for the PAT, his 5th success. 35-0 now Oklahoma, with 7:49 to go in the first half in Norman.
Loving it, Mike.
Looking forward to it. DeMarco, keep that energy up. Guys started out there pre-breakfast for this quadruple header, going strong, and here the Big 12 is going strong with Oklahoma dominating this game. Big 12 got off to a rough start with Iowa State losing Thursday night. So far, been taking care of business pretty much today. Missouri defeating Illinois. They'll fill you in on Texas, as they mentioned tonight, and some others still, of course, going on this evening as well. Hartley kicks it off here and fumbled in the end zone. They'll leave it there, and it'll be a touchback as Bush will leave it alone. Now, Kelly tonight, 3 yards, over 90 yards, had that last one, or 3 catches, I should say, last one for 65 and a touchdown. He has put up phenomenal numbers, and now you look at the career numbers chasing Mark Clayton, of course, hitting back in the 60s.
Right, that was the single season mark last year where he ranked 3rd all-time single season. And the amazing number there is hitting in 68 with the numbers he put up. Look at it. He's a record holder of 10 individual records, and he's in 2nd place in 3 others. I mean, he is rewriting the receiving record book for the Sooners.
Saw that note about fastest 1,000 yards, 19 games. Here is Mager in trouble again and completes it, coming across and out at the 20-yard line. Now, what about being compared to Mark Clayton? Here's Kelly on that.
He was just a phenomenal receiver, man. I mean, when I was getting recruited, I looked at him. He was just one of the best receivers I had ever seen. So now for them to be putting you on the same, on the same level as him, it's a blessing. But at the same time, guy gives you the ability, to make a lot of plays and to do a lot of stuff. But the Fiesta Bowl showed me that just as good as he can give it to you, you can take it away from him at the same time. So you just have to make sure you go out and play every game like it's your last, and all the rest of that stuff will come.
Now, come back to that comment about the Fiesta Bowl. There's something to remember there. 2nd and 11 here for Mager. He is in trouble and sacked again. As coming in, Ryan Reynolds, a sophomore from Las Vegas, who Dave mentioned had all kinds of injury problems. He's healthy, and he has been playing great in camp.
Anterior cruciate ligament, lateral collateral ligament. I mean, he's had to rehab himself to death. Yeah, Malcolm Kelly getting back to that. It's amazing. In the Fiesta Bowl, they lost Malcolm Kelly early in that game with a knee injury that he had to have operated on scope once the season ended. And when they lost Malcolm Kelly, they lost their biggest mismatch in the passing game. I think he was the second best player offensively last year to Adrian Peterson, and to lose him that early hurt the football team.
3rd and 18 here. Mager's pass is complete across the middle, out to the 26-yard line. And Stickler making the grab. DJ Wolf making the stop. Stickler, a junior rock out of Lampasas, Texas.
Lost a little lens right there. Boy, when those soft lenses pop out, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good hit for those suction cups to come out. It's like, here it is. Give me some fluid. I'll get it right back in there.
15-yard pickup for Stickler in the mean green. Makes it 4th and 3, and Truman Spencer, the busiest of North Texas players, will be on to punt again.
Nice.
What a beautiful kick. And Franks backtracks. Got by one. Oh, if he'd have kept his balance, he had a chance. He is stopped near the 32. Let's check in now with Mike Goldberg and a Dr. Pepper game break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. A look at the campus corner here in Norman, not far from the stadium. Always happening there. Beautiful evening here at the University of Oklahoma, where the Sooners are rolling 35-0 over North Texas with 6:05 to go in the second quarter. They kick off your football weekend on Friday. It's Pro Football Preview. Jake Glazer, Tim Brown, Eddie George, Jason Sehorn break down the biggest stories from across the league. Pro Football Preview, Friday at 11, only on FSN. Back to the action as Murray on the first down play picks up a yard or two to be 2nd and 8 for Oklahoma.
You know how they have the Arthur Murray Dance Studios called DeMarco Murray Dance, and he's a big-time pretty dancer on the football field. He is as smooth as I can remember seeing.
And how's Bradford doing? How about 14 of 16 for 246 and 2 scores in his first night as a college football player? Make it 15 of 17 as he completes this one for another near first down. Let's go to Jim Knox.
All right, thank you, Bill. College football fans, here's your chance. You want to get a question in about your Sooners or even North Texas, you can email us. Log on to foxsports.com. MSN, that's foxsports.com, MSN, keyword Ask Knox. Keyword, what is it, girl? There we go.
There you go, Noxie. Did you tie those ribbons, Noxie?
Always helping with today's youth.
Exactly. They're in total concert with those ribbons.
Tell you what, Jim just orchestrates the stadium when he's down there, doesn't he? What a man. 3rd and 1, and Oklahoma pushing forward, and they've got the first down.
Yeah, nice surge. You know, we talked about the Oklahoma offensive line averaging almost 6'7", over 315 pounds per human being. And they've got 7 guys they consider starters. I mean, you know, they have the 5 starters, and then Brian Simmons' swing guard can play right or left, and Trent Williams' swing tackle can play right and left, and that is a tremendous luxury for a coach.
And both those guys are just sophomores, and most of their line certainly still youngsters. And watch out, Oklahoma may go again to the 20, and knocked down as Grisham. We'll see where they'll spot it near the 16-yard line.
Same play that they ran to Iglesias when the great block was provided by Malcolm Kelly. This time they go to Gresham, the big tight end, who they flex. I mean, they're so versatile, they'll flex him out, and hearing advantage of that and take it to the house. Iglesias reverse rolls there. He provided the block for Gresham. Remember, 6'6", 250. Are you kidding me? 6'6", 250.
43 yards on that pickup. Bradford signaling timeout here with 4:22 remaining.
Tell you, that's been about the easiest 300 yards passing for Bradford. I mean, he's been doing those laterals.
425 yards of offense, and we're not to halftime yet. We'll be back. Welcome back. Iglesias nearly breaks one, but is stopped shy of the goal line as he dives down to the 2-yard line on the first down play.
You think he can sing too? I mean, he can play football. I wonder if he can sing.
And it's first and goal at the 2. And Murray, who's got 3 scores already in this first half, trying to push his way in for a 4th.
It's good to see the big center, John Cooper, that had the broken ankle last year, number 50 in that red jersey, setting the huddle. The center position. He's the quarterback of the offense, setting protection. Good to see him healthy and playing at that high level at the center position.
Timeout is called here with 3:41 to go in the half, and Oklahoma about to score again with a 2nd and goal coming up. And one long night for the Mean Green of North Texas as they open things up under first-year head coach Todd Dodge. Halftime not far around. Let's check in now with Jim Knox.
All right, thank you very much, Bill. Coming up on the Hitachi Halftime Show, don't forget to join Mike Goldberg and DeMarco Farr as they take a look at the top 25 scoreboard. Also, the big upset. Michigan loses, and they'll also get you ready for the next game after this one, USC against Idaho. That's coming your way on the Hitachi Halftime Show. Bill?
All right, thank you. You know, you think DeMarco Farr likes DeMarco Murray? I got a feeling he's going to be throwing him some love. Huh?
I think he can feel him. Yeah. I think he can definitely feel him.
All right, 2nd and goal from the 2. And Murray again pushing.
You know, this is going to bother Kevin Wilson because, you know, if this is the 2nd time now, you have to say, you have to give North Texas credit. I mean, they're down 35-0. They could go belly up right now, and they're not. And to me, that's a sign for Todd Dodge. These guys are still competing. Kevin Wilson right here, the offensive coordinator, he wants to, you know, be very versatile, but when you get inside the 5-yard line, he wants his big horses to knock people backwards and score touchdowns.
You don't want to take 4 tries at it. Murray, they got the message. He dives in, and Murray's got his 4th TD of the night. And his 15th carry. And Oklahoma makes it 41-0.
4 touchdowns in the first half of his first start. And the offensive line came off the ball. Finley with the down block. Kick out right here. Here comes the backside guard, Simmons. Cut it up inside. Touchdown. How about Simmons? Just a great story there as well. Ryan Simmons has 2 club feet, and he's overcome that. And competing at this level, that's just a young man that's dedicated.
That one got deflected. It looked like still got over the crossbar as Hartley makes it 42-0. And Oklahoma continues to pour it on. Now, the 2006 season for Oklahoma, yes, they won the Big 12, but what a year. You'd have never thought it. They had the whole deal with Bomar. Paul Thompson takes over right before the season. Then they go to Oregon, and they tell you, we got robbed. They're still upset around here on some controversial calls. Peterson gets rolling, gets injured against the Iowa State Cyclones. They win the Big 12, they go to the Fiesta Bowl, and the incredible trick plays of Boise State nip them at the end in overtime.
Yeah, and you throw in the fact that they had to come from behind, or had to come back after losing to Texas during the season. And there's the final play by Ian Johnson that won the football game in the Fiesta Bowl, one of the greatest games in college football history, really. It was a fantastic, and really, Oklahoma fell behind early, and Bob Stoops talked to his football team. There were many lessons to be learned. You know, you can't give them a big lead, but then they fought back to take the lead. Then they didn't make big plays down the stretch, but the fact that they came from the doldrums of losing to Texas and still won the Big 12 championship when nobody thought that they would is a tribute to this football team. And I think that they were a very, very, very resilient group and learned a lot of lessons last season, did Bob Stoops' Oklahoma Sooners.
Hartley to kick it off here after an 8-play, 69-yard drive that took 3:01. Bush from the 2. They swarm, and the flag is thrown as well as Bush is brought down.
Speed, overwhelming speed on special teams for the Sooners.
Keenan Clayton making the tackle for Oklahoma.
I think this is North Texas is going to start back inside their 10-yard line. This will be half the distance to the goal, I believe, on the illegal block.
Sorted
During
out.
the return, illegal low block, number 37 of the return team. Penalty enforced from the end of the run, half the distance to the goal, first down.
That's Roman. Roman got beaten deep by Malcolm Kelly. Then Roman, illegal tactic on the block. On the kickoff return, he's been having a tough time. And that's the thing is look at the lack of depth that North Texas has. I mean, they have a lot of starters on special teams taking a lot of snaps, and Oklahoma just keeps rolling high school All-Americans out there with backups.
First and 10, but from the 7-yard line for UNT. Daniel Mager, junior out of Richardson, Texas, throwing from the goal line, and he completes it to Fitzgerald. Casey makes the grab out near the 20. Reggie Smith making the tackle. And Oklahoma with 440 yards first half total.
It's amazing. How about Sam Bradford throwing for 308 yards and a half in his first start?
Mager brought down. No, well, they're going to throw the flag here because he threw it away. Lonzo Dotson was there to smother him. He goes, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. Dotson's got some long arms.
Intentional grounding, offense, number 7. The ball did not cross the line of scrimmage. Penalty has lost it down at the spot of the foul, second down.
That's the key, is the football has to get past the original line of scrimmage. You can't just throw it away to avoid a sack by just throwing it behind the line of scrimmage out of bounds. You got to get it to the original line of scrimmage if you're going to utilize this tactic.
So it is second and 24 now. Ball on the 5-yard line. Mager found some time and completes it. The look in out near the 20-yard line as Brandon Jackson, I believe, coming up with the grab.
This is these are the times that try men's souls. You know, when you're down 42 points at the half. And Todd Dodge is probably going to give his most important halftime talk that he'll give all season long to his football team. And I'm sure he'll be telling them not to go belly up.
This one is complete to Mosley. He's looking for room and not going to find it. And is brought down inside the 15-yard line. Nick Harris there to make the tackle. First down markers brought to you by Overstock.com. Save up to 70% on brand name products. Live better with Overstock.com. It's all about the O.
And it's been all about the O. That's being the offense for Oklahoma in the first half. 440 yards. Whew. Minus 13 yards rushing for North Texas. 76 total yards offense.
This is the 7th time these two teams have met. Oklahoma 6-0 in the series, and they opened up the season in 03 against them, beat them 37-3. We're sitting here at 42 zip with 1:55 to go in the half, and North Texas 4th and 15, gonna have to give it up again. And you know, Bob Stoops, it's kind of a dilemma because you still want your kids to play well, you still want to use things and do things, but you don't want to beat somebody 70, 80, whatever.
Right.
It's hard, and you want to play it, and he still is playing everybody.
And he has tremendous respect for Todd Dodge. There's no question about that. Bob Stoops, you know, when you win 79 of your last 80 games, Bob Stoops knows that's not an easy thing to do.
Todd Dodge, high school market, South Lake Carroll. This one taken back by Smith. And he breaks to the 40, 45, 50. Stays in bounds. No, he tight-roped it and went out near the 42. What a return by Reggie Smith. First team all-conference pick last year. Kick returns, he averaged 22.6 in kickoffs last year. Around 23 yards on this punt return.
And this is just individual talent. You know, an ability to make the first guy miss. I mean, the violent cuts that are made, you know, planting. And if I tried to do that, there'd be ACLs, MCLs, PCLs, all the ligaments would be strewn. And he's trying to, oh, that's Baryshnikov-like, trying to tap that sideline. He just couldn't quite do it.
53-yard punt. Here is the pass that is complete, and Madu stopped near the 35 as Brandon Monroe made the tackle.
How about the acceleration out of the cut there? Madu sunk his hips and just exploded up the football field. Man, they're unbelievably talented.
2nd and 3. Iglesias slips a tackler and then dives out of bounds with 1:10 to go. In Oklahoma, they're running like almost a 2-minute drill here.
It's literally pitch and catch. That's exactly what's going on right now. I think the North Texas defense is definitely fatiguing. They've been out on the football field a ton, and Bradford is just rolling up some numbers. First game record, Josh Heupel, his coach right now, and Bradford's closing in on the coach's record.
At 3:53, here's Kelly, and Kelly with a sensational catch. Didn't see the signal. Touchdown, Oklahoma. There was a delay, and Kelly, no doubt about him catching the ball. It was whether he was ruled in or not. Exactly. And Oklahoma gets 6 more.
Well, Bradford just broke his coach's record right there with that toss, didn't he? And how about the contested catch by Malcolm Kelly? 6'4", over 215 pounds, great protection, vision unimpaired. Throw the football. Kelly, great, gets the left foot down with possession. Tremendous play. And that's just a great individual effort. Coverage wasn't that poor. You know, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but you got to turn around and find the football. Josh Heupel says, you know what? I don't care if Bradford beat my record in a half.
350 passing yards in the first half. Kelly gets his 2nd TD reception. Murray scored 4 times, and Grisham has scored.
Well, you look at the tight window that Bradford put that football in. That was a very tight window, a very, very accurate throw. And I think this is being replayed on a booth review right now to make sure that Kelly had possession and a foot down.
North Texas is challenged.
You might as well.
So I don't blame him.
Yeah, why not? He's saying, you know what, did he have complete possession? He definitely got the left foot down. Did he have total possession of the football? And when he went to the ground, did he still have possession? Remember, you have to go to the ground, and if you go to the ground, you still have to control the football. You cannot lose possession of the football once you hit the ground for it to be a completion in college football.
All right, so they'll mull it over, take a look. And remember, in college football, when the play is under review, they are reviewing every play. They didn't see enough to stop it, but the Dodge had the challenge. Here's a look, Dave.
Yeah, this is the look. Possession, tucks it. Does he lose possession when he hits the ground? His arm is under the ball. That's a catch. That's total possession. That's a touchdown. I don't see that being overruled. That's a tremendous effort by Malcolm Kelly to make sure that he kept his arm under the football and retained full possession of it. He tucked it, had the arm underneath the ball when he hit the ground, and the ball never really jarred out of there. I didn't even really see it turn at all. Quick decision. I think it's going to stand.
After further review, the receiver, number 4, kept his left foot in bounds, controlled the ball, touchdown.
Thus, 48-0, pending the kick. One more look here.
Tremendous effort, because remember, in college football, when you go to the ground, you have to maintain possession, and Kelly did. He had total control of that football. Look at the mucker he's got. It's almost like suction cups. I mean, he has got some hooks on him now. That is some big old hands on Malcolm Kelly.
4 receptions, 118 yards, 2 scores for Kelly tonight. They're all getting in the act as Hartley hits the PAT. Bradford, 350 yards passing. It goes on and on. Welcome back, where it's Oklahoma 49, North Texas 0, 1 minute to go in the first half, and the Sooners to kick it off again.
Well, we'll see Bradford in the second half. I mean, he was outstanding in the first half. Josh Heupel will probably say, Coach, I got my record still by 3 yards. Pull Bradford.
Yeah, I'm the quarterback coach. I suggest that you pull him if we don't want to get him hurt.
Right.
1 yard deep, Washington brings it out. And he is brought down near the 15-yard line. Washington stopped by Clayton. 16 yards on the return.
Wow, look at that. Well over first down, first snap. Man, oh man. That's some productivity, I'll tell you that. And still, North Texas, I think, is still dazzled by the athletic ability and the speed that Oklahoma puts out in the football field in every phase of its game.
So we'll see what Mager and crew decide to come up with here for the final 54 ticks. We'll run the football, see if he can just get to the locker room. As Oklahoma, that quick score there right before final half. And we were talking during the break with, all right, were they running a 2-minute drill? And that got us thinking maybe Bradford will not play in the second half because Bob Stoops does want to see his other quarterbacks. And the situation of this might dictate that. So we're all kind of wondering, all of you at home, the thinking there. And remember, Oklahoma's getting ready for Miami.
Yeah, and
you know, they're not getting ready for some PUD on the line. And Miami was a big winner today.
Yeah, and I think that's a big reason too, is you got to get Bradford as many snaps and put him in as many situations to compete against Miami. And then October 6th against Texas, that's early. Bradford doesn't have that many snaps. He doesn't have the number of snaps Colt McCoy does. You have to get Bradford, ramp him up to speed quickly.
Mager keeping the football, 1st and 10. And DeMarcus Granger, 6'3", 300-pound sophomore out of Dallas Kimball, makes the tackle for Oklahoma. And a rough college coaching debut as the head man for Todd Dodge. His club being thumped 49-0 here at intermission. And Oklahoma with 482 yards of total offense. And let's send it down to Jim Knox.
Thank you, Bill. Coach, you got to be extremely pleased. Dominating on both sides of the football right now. Total of 482 yards, total offense, and -7 yards on offense. North Texas is doing rushing the football.
Yeah, we've done some good things. I'm real mad, disappointed. We had some really foolish penalties. And I don't think we're being physical enough in the O-line. Running the football, I still don't think we've run it well enough, and hopefully we can get that worked out.
Your thoughts real quick about Sam Bradford, how he performed the first half.
He's been really good. He's been sharp. You can see he's throwing the ball great. He looks really good and poised.
Thank you, Coach. Bill?
All right, thank you. Yes, Bradford has been really good. So have the Sooners. Halftime score, 49-0 OU. Now, here's Mike Goldberg and DeMarco Farr for the Apache halftime show. College football Saturday presented by Kyocera, and we come to you from Norman at Oklahoma, where the University of Oklahoma at halftime leads 49-0 in the season opener over the Mean Green of North Texas. Welcome back, everyone. Bill Land, Mean Dave Lapham up top here with you. I'll tell you what, the question coming in was OU, not did they have talented quarterback, but we didn't know what to expect. Sam Bradford, I think he surpassed expectations, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. If his next pass is a completion of more than 3 yards, he breaks Josh Heupel's record of 353 yards passing in his first start, and he also ties a record at Jason White with his. Those are tougher than you think to complete. And then he goes over the top to Malcolm Kelly, an unbelievable target with his size-speed ratio. Malcolm Kelly one more time. Look at that contested catch. Secures the ball, gets the left foot down. Sam Bradford has been nothing short of phenomenal. 350 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Very poised, very composed, making great decisions, Bill.
Yeah, and the numbers all in the favor of Oklahoma here, as well as the score. And let's send it down now to Jim Knox.
I thank you, Bill. Right behind me, Daniel Mager, North Texas quarterback, trying to get things going here in the second half. Talked to Todd Dodge, their head coach, and he did say this. He wanted to point out their spirit is not broken despite being down 49 points. He told his team, take one series at a time. Don't worry about the score. We got to get something going here. We have the ball here first in the second half. We'll see what happens.
All right, that is something Coach Dodge had mentioned to us earlier in the week, that his team, if they lose this battle, you're going to face some adversity, but you can't have your spirit killed. And I'm sure he's going to pound on that as you look at their possessions in the first half. Those are spirit-killing possessions.
Yeah, the most snaps that they ran in any possession was 6 for 23 yards gained on that possession. They had a couple of them, 3 snaps for minus 26 yards, and that's going in reverse. But one game does not a season make, and you're going to learn some tough lessons, take some hard lumps today for sure.
And the kickoff. Washington coming out of the end zone with it. 10, and he is ankle tripped near the 10-yard line. We'll take a look at some more of those first half numbers. North Texas with minus 21 yards rushing. Thomas 5 for 4 yards, and Dave mentioned that sacks account negative rushing. Mager 13 of 21 for 96, has not had one intercepted. That's one of the few decent things, but he has been under the gun all night long.
You can see that Todd Dodge's scheme is sound. It's going to work. It's just that they're matched up against athletes that are so far superior. It's even when you execute, it doesn't look that good.
First and 10 from the 12. And Washington, and the ball scooped up, but it was ruled incomplete. But there you get. That may only be a 3 or 4 yard gain. You've got to make those plays.
Absolutely. You can't, when you have an opportunity for a positive play, you can't throw it away. There's no doubt about it, and that's what North Texas has to realize.
North Texas opening here tonight, and then they'll meet SMU in Dallas at SMU next Saturday before their home opener against Florida Atlantic. And then they go to Arkansas. So it is a meat grinder before they settle into the Sun Belt. This one is complete to Jackson. Lofton makes the tackle. Remember the keys to the game for North Texas?
Ooh, adjusted to the speed of the game. Ooh, big negative. That never really happened. Unforced errors. They did have a few drop passes and some penalties that were pre-snap penalties you don't want. First down defense, I can only remember them being, that occurring 2 snaps were on first down. They held Oklahoma to less than probably 7 yards.
3rd and 4. The 18. Mager.
Ball gone.
Uh-oh.
Lindy Holmes wrestling for it and picked it off. Lindy, a junior out of Dallas, had an interception last year on his way to an honorable mention all-conference selection.
Former wide receiver, and he shows great ball skills right there. Todd Dodge, ever the coach, talking about, positioning and placement of the football. Holmes, a great route recognition, and he jumped it. And Holmes, as I said, is a former wideout. He won the contested catch. He wanted the football more. Great takeaway, short field for the Sooners.
1st and 10 at the 20 of UNT. Bradford hands off. Murray strolling, rolling, and falling just shy of the end zone. They'll mark him near the 3-yard line, where Aaron Weathers kept him from getting in for 6.
He's one of those rare athletes that it looks like he's not even given effort, and he's flying. He is just so smooth, and he makes such quick decisions. Almost took that to the house. Great acceleration, tremendous vision to make the cut that he made.
Kelly goes wide left, Iglesias to the right. Murray looking for a 5th TD and got it. Touchdown Oklahoma. 1:16 into the second half. Wow.
A legend is born here tonight. Actually, multiple legends. Sam Bradford, 350 yards passing in the first half. And Murray, 5 touchdowns already with a little over a minute and 16 seconds played in the 3rd quarter. Todd Dodge isn't used to this. He's been in situations where the score has been reversed in his favor. He hasn't taken a thumping like this in a while, and tremendous job by the offensive line, bringing the guard around, a little full block. Duke Robinson, big Duke at 330 pounds, looking like a ballerina tiptoeing through there.
And Hartley with the kick, and it is good. And Oklahoma roaring, 56-0. Second half just underway. Oklahoma fans in all kinds of garb celebrating here tonight as they score after the turnover, and it's 56-0. OU's 482 first half yards were the third most by a Sooner team in any single half. So what do? They come out here. Well, they don't need as many yards because they get the INT this time to set up a 20-yard drive. Here's the kick, and return from the one by Washington. Around the 12-yard line, he is brought down. And here is Murray tonight on his way to 5 TDs.
Okay, he comes from the wide receiver position, a little reverse. Kevin Wilson lining him in different spots. So he shows the flash there. Now he starts showing the power. I mean, in between the tackles, getting the surge, finishing the runs, lowering the shoulder pads, knocking people backwards. He has shown that he can get the tough yards inside, and he obviously has the speed to hurt you on the perimeter. What a weapon.
And those 4 first half TDs became the first Sooner to record 4 scores in their AU debut. First and 10 from the 11.
He's got 5.
Yeah. And the handoff carried by Mosley, and he is run down near the, let's see what they mark it, 22-yard line. And the other thing, Dave, we were talking earlier, Joe Castiglione, the Oklahoma athletic director, about Quentin Griffin's name came up.
Right.
He holds the record for most TDs in a game of 6 against Texas in 2000.
Yep.
Well, Murray, obviously, with 5 now, is 1 away from tying that mark in his first game as an Oklahoma Sooner.
I'd say Griffin's record of 6 against Texas holds in higher esteem considering the opponent.
Thank you for that astute observation. I think not too shabby of a debut.
No, not at all. And then Sam Bradford, 350 first half yards. That's a school record.
This one is complete to Jackson.
Josh Heupel held the record at 313 in the first half against Baylor in 2000. So his protege, Sam Bradford, shatters his first half record, 350 yards. And again, he's 3 yards short of tying the record for the game that Josh Heupel now owns.
And we're just starting the second half. In North Texas, they're just so outmanned. There's not a whole lot they're going to be able to do about this. Mager. Going to keep it now. Quickly gets out of bounds, but has the first down. Nicely done that time by Daniel Mager. Well, when you've got 56-0, what do? How about a Aflac trivia? Name the 3 Oklahoma linebackers that have won the Dick Butkus Award, going to the top linebacker in college football. 2 came to mind very quickly for me. The third was difficult when we were being quizzed yesterday.
The first one comes to mind extremely quickly.
Mager scrambling and brought down near the line of scrimmage. English making the tackle.
I really like the athleticism and speed that English has. I mean, he can bring it. As I said, in high school, he was a running back and he ran 100 meters. He's got some great speed and he's put on good weight. He's a load coming off that edge, and he's relentless. He will always attack.
UNT, 2nd and 9 from their own 38 on their second possession of this third quarter. Mager barely beating the play clock.
Ball's gone.
And incomplete. And Reggie Smith thinking shoulda, coulda, woulda there. Jackson, the intended receiver.
You know, this is almost a tough situation for Todd Dodge, because when your offense is not converting and you're in the no huddle, it's not giving the defense much rest, you know, and you have to get them off the field a little bit. That's a weary gang right now. They've taken a ton of snaps, and they probably had a bunch of IV bags injected at the half.
3rd and 9 from the 38. Mager chasing again. And incomplete. And they'll have to kick it away. And you got to understand, too, we were talking earlier, Dave, about their offense, that you were on that running game. What did he say when he got on campus? How many tight ends did he have?
5 tight ends and 3 wide receivers on scholarship, just to reverse what he needed.
Yeah, so he flipped people to play defense, and you're trying to piece it together, yet you're committed to what you're doing. And he said, I'm impressed with the way my guys have picked it up, but you still don't have all the right parts or enough of them to get done what you know.
True.
And particularly when you go against the 8th ranked team in the country that is just loaded with depth. This one returned by Smith at the 26-yard line before he is brought down. And we'll take a brief timeout with it 56-0 Oklahoma, 11:20 to go in the 3rd. DeMarco Murray with 5 touchdowns, and Oklahoma rolling 56-zip 3rd quarter. Next week, College Football Saturday returns. Triple header. First, Fresno State looks to upset the 25th ranked Texas A&M Aggies. Then it's number 22 TCU taking on 4th rated Texas. Certainly some BCS implications there. And Colorado will take on Arizona State. All starts with College Football Saturday kickoff show presented by Kyocera, 3 p.m. Eastern. It's noon Pacific right here on FSN.
Wait for the whistle here for me. Wait for the whistle. Wait for the whistle.
Dave Lapham.
On you.
Jim Knox right now. It's 1st and 10 at the 26 for Oklahoma. Sam Bradford, 350 passing yards. They ran for their 20 yards on the last score. And he hands it off here. And you can hear those UNT coaches saying, strip the ball, trying to get it away from Madu. Let's check in with Los Angeles now on our Dr. Pepper game break.
Well, Bill, thank you very much. Number 15, Tennessee. Number 12, Cal. Back and forth battle. Deshaun Jackson gives Cal the lead, and then Tennessee scores. Eric Ainge dumps it off to Chris Brown. We're tied at 21. Then Cal comes right back. Nate Longshore to Robert Jordan. 28-21. Longshore, 2 touchdowns on the day. What a good game.
Dandy matchup out in the West Coast there with Tennessee and Cal. Here, the first play back is a completion to Johnson, and a flag is thrown.
Well, that completion would have tied or set a record and tied a record if it holds up. Would have broken the record for yards passing in debut of over 353 and would have tied Jason White's 18th straight completion mark, the legendary Heisman Trophy winner, but it looks like it's going to be nullified by penalty.
Crackback block, offense, number 18. Penalties half the distance to the goal. We play 2nd down.
And Gresham, big old tight end. He's shown himself to be a capable receiver as well. Kevin Wilson has no qualms about flexing him away from that tight end position and involving him in the passing game in many ways.
Well, the options available to Oklahoma in that offense are just amazing.
They're endless. They really are.
You throw the wideouts, you mentioned the tight ends, the bevy of backs they've got, and it allows Sam Bradford, but no, UNT has not been the stiffest of tests, but what more could you want from a redshirt freshman quarterback than darn near perfection in the passing game? Here he is, 2nd and 22, and now with that 18th straight completion, that one will stand, no flags thrown, as Madu makes the reception and is stopped near the 27-yard line. Of course, Sam Bradford, the son of a former OU player, and his dad Kent played back here in the late 70s. There he is, number 68, and was a part of some of the OU great success in the 70s. Also on that team, Billy Sims.
Yeah. And Sam Bradford just came out of the game after tying one record and setting another, but he always wanted to be the quarterback at OU, and Sam Bradford is living a dream.
Joey Halsley comes on to replace him, and he picks up where Bradford left off with a completion on the first down play to Adam Tennell, and a 10-yard gain.
Boy, Bradford couldn't have imagined a game to have gone any better than his opener did tonight. That's just remarkable.
Yeah, there's Halsley's work at Golden West Community College, 2,097 passing yards, 13 TDs. Last year, backup to Thompson, and now,
whoa, a little high on the snap, but corralled well enough.
Oh, what a hit at the 20-yard line, and flags have been thrown. We'll sort that out in a moment. Let's send it down to Jim Knox.
All right, thank you. Actually, we're up here in the stands, Bill, along with Sam Bradford's mother and father. This is Ken Bradford. We saw him in that nice picture back in the good old days, and his mother, Martha. And Ken, let me ask you, what's going through your mind right now? It looks like maybe a little butterflies before the game, but now you have to be pretty settled.
Yeah, it's been a good first game. Been a good first game. A lot of good players.
What do you think about your son's performance?
Well, he's done pretty good.
How about the legacy? You went here, played football, played with Billy Sims, who had a nice Heisman Trophy unveiling of a Heisman Trophy statue up front outside the stadium. And now your son's playing quarterback here at Oklahoma. A little sense of pride, I would think, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, it's been a fun night watching him.
Illegal block in the back.
Fun night.
If you're going to tell him, talk to him after the game, what would you tell him? Job well done, something like that?
Say, good job, buddy. I love you.
There we go. And Mom, you're holding up pretty good over there. How are you feeling?
I feel real good.
And can you give us a thumbnail sketch on how you feel like your son played? I mean, we did make all of a sudden have 350 yards passing in the first half. That was a school record.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you know that, Kent?
No.
I didn't.
Well, I'm letting you guys in on this. I'll let you get back examining the game. Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Jeez, 20 out of 22 for 350 yards, and it's more than 350 and 3 touchdowns. 20 out of 22, that's unreal.
Incredible start for Bradford. You know, now you know, though, after that interview that Jim did 90% of the talking with, why Bradford's so cool and calm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both his parents, if that was your son, you'd be I would never speak. Would you, Dave? I'd be talking so fast. They were like, boy, I'm proud of him. He done great. And he plays that way, doesn't it?
I'll tell you, Dad's man a few words.
Yeah.
Back-to-back penalties on North Texas. They had an illegal block on the return that put them half the distance to the goal. And then immediately, first snap from center, they have another penalty half the distance to the goal. They are in reverse again, Bill.
And a new quarterback in for North Texas, Giovanni Visa is the quarterback. He is a freshman from San Antonio. High snap. And hello, college football. This is a true freshman out of Alamo Heights High School down there in San Antonio. And you take that snap coming out of the end zone in front of 80,000 here in Oklahoma. And there's a look at his high school numbers.
That touchdown to interception ratio is phenomenal, isn't it? Visa, I tell you, you got to take that card and charge here a little bit.
Todd Dodge saw him in the high school football playoffs playing in another game. And hey, there's a guy that I think could play for me at North Texas. So very impressed with him. And he broke it in right here as he rides that one out to about the 6-yard line before he's thumped by Curtis Lofton.
And then next year there'll be another quarterback for Todd Dodge, his son Riley, who's a senior in high school, who will try to extend the 48 straight victories. And he's going to join his dad at North Texas. He had committed to Texas as an athlete, decides to go to North Texas to play quarterback. And they can call Dan and Cody Hawkins, who had a big debut today as they beat Colorado State in overtime. Another father-son coach quarterback combo.
3rd and 12, and this one is incomplete near the 20-yard line. And if you haven't been with us throughout, Todd Dodge at South Lake Carroll, just absolute phenomenal success. And twice named as the National Coach of the Year. Their team was named as the National Champion, mythical, but gives you the kind of recognition because they lost one game in 5 years, and that was in the title game.
16-15. They're 2 points away from having 5 straight undefeated seasons and 5 straight, probably national titles.
4th and 12 and out of the end zone. Spencer will kick it away. Dominic Franks fumbles it. And UNT, I believe, has recovered. We got a flag there as people bumped into him. We'll find out how they sort it out. 33 yards on the punt.
Looks like Breeze Johnson rolled in. And I don't know if he came up with it or not, but he was diving in there. And then the flags, exactly. What's that all about?
Dominic Franks.
Now, if you're blocked into the return man, that might be an illegal block in the back. looks like the illegal block in the back. So if I'm North Texas and I get possession of the football, I'd certainly keep it.
Good decision. Yeah. We'll see if they reach the same one down there in the striped shirts. 7:25 to go in the third quarter.
That looked like a push in the back, though, didn't it? It looked like an illegal block to me.
Whatever it is, fellas, it's 56 zip, and I know you don't look at the scoreboard, but make a decision and we'll move on.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think either side
Illegal
line.
block in the back. Number 24 of the receiving team.
Yes.
The receiver must be kicked. North Texas recovered. Result of the play. First down, North Texas.
Here we go, guys.
Well done, partner. You're all over it. Officials take care of business.
They wanted to make sure. Here's the push in the back. That's the illegal block. You see, he rerouted him, pushed him in the back, muff punt, and North Texas falls on it and gets possession. So they get back out in the football field, and Todd Dodge is saying, you know what? Let's take advantage of something. Let's make something. Let's start to accumulate some positives here, something to hang our hat on. This is something to hang your hat on.
Yeah.
18 incoming freshmen. Yeah. 11 were in the state high school championship game, and 7 of those 18 players won their state championship game. So he's all about winning, and he wants to surround himself with those guys.
He's already gotten those verbal commitments for like 10 players for next year, which is unheard of at North Texas. This one long and incomplete. Diving out of bounds, Jackson.
Well, you were talking, Bill, before the game. You made a great point about he's got 4 coaches that he brought from his high school program, and they know all these high school coaches better than anybody, and they'll be able to recruit some of that talent and those connections. That's really a pretty good throw, just off the fingertips. Almost a tremendous execution, going for the big play after the fumble recovery. But I think that was a good move by Todd Dodge. You know, might as well harvest those relationships for a little bit. And if I'm a kid that doesn't get to one of the big schools and can throw it at North Texas and catch it, why not go?
A lot of positives there. We'll get into some of that. Second and 10 here, and really taken right away. Harris there, because he brought in 4 of his coaches from the high school ranks, and then he brought in 4 from the college ranks. Thinks he has a good mix there.
Right.
He's also concerned about teaching and saying, I don't want to have to teach my coaches my system. I got 4 guys that know exactly what I want.
Right.
And then he says, as you take a look at the receiver situation, here's what he had to do.
All of them recorded 1,000 yards receiving in their senior year that he brought in as true freshmen. So, I mean, he's got some guys that can run routes and catch the football. It's not going to happen overnight.
Timeout.
North Texas program was down, but if anybody can energize it, that man can.
And a timeout is called. We'll take a brief break with 7:13 remaining in the third. 56-0 Oklahoma. Welcome back. Oklahoma leading 56-0. Our Aflac Insurance trivia question. You've had time enough to think of this one. The 3 OU linebackers that have won the Butkus Award as the top backer in college football. Our partner jumped all over it with the Boz, Rocky Kalmus. Boz, a 2-time winner. Teddy Lehman was the guy forgotten about. Great player he was here.
Yeah, he was a running back in high school. He could scoot.
It is 3rd and 10 at the 41, as these Oklahoma fans haven't lost any of their enthusiasm, even though it's 56-0. Freshman quarterback Giovanni Visa.
Ball's gone.
Got a man, and it is complete across the 35 down to the 31-yard line. Brandon Jackson. See why they're high on him. The senior wideout makes a nice catch, and DJ Wolf covering on the play.
Yeah, all night long, the Oklahoma Sooners are taking disciplined drops. And this one wasn't as disciplined. There was a cavity between safety and corner, linebacker and safety. And Visa charged it right in there.
Nice arm. 56-0, but it's 1st and 10 for UNT as they try to take it a play at a time and a series at a time in this most difficult of openers for the Mean Green. Visa got bumped, but threw it and completes it again. And Jackson.
They get rough from the quarterback, I think, too. I think there's going to be an add-on.
Reggie Smith made the tackle.
roughing the passer. Defense, number 90, illegal blow to the head. Penalty enforced half the distance to the end of the run.
Stephen Coleman get the shot to the head of the quarterback Visa after he delivered the football, stood in there courageously, threw a strike, and I didn't see the blow to the head. I just saw a bull rush that took Visa on his derriere from his own offensive lineman.
That's their first third down conversion of the night. And we have 6.5 remaining in the third quarter. Now, OU, you know one thing. They want to preserve that shutout.
Yes,
that defense has got a lot of pride. It's first and goal from the 9-yard line for the Mean Green.
50 yards so far in this drive for North Texas.
Visa keeps it. He was knocked down near the 7-yard line. Curtis Lofton, the junior out of Kingfisher, Oklahoma, leads the charge. He's a guy they're really high on, a big hitter. Coach is saying he's really come of age, kind of figured it out. There's just a different learning curve for different players, but they're really excited about his play.
Giovanni Visa. What a great name. I mean, if your last name's Visa, you might as well go all the way and have Giovanni. I like it.
That's V-I-Z-Z-A. And he's got him at second and goal from the 7. Gonna throw it here. Incomplete. Trying to hook up with Stickler.
And Stickler, like all the wide receivers for the North Texas, they're sticklers on their route running. But this time, even though Stickler was a stickler on his route, could not hook up. And that's pretty good coverage. I mean, you have a safety type in Nick Harris staying stride for stride with Stickler as he sunk his hips and came out of his cut.
53 yards on this drive. That's their longest of the night. Their total offense at 154 right now. And it is third down and goal from the 7. Visa still looking at Todd Dodge for the signal. Play clock at 2. Did not get it off in time.
That's a killer right there. In the red zone, inside the 10-yard line, to take that 5-yard penalty is painful.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, it remains third down.
Todd Dodge doesn't like that one bit. That's one of those unforced errors. You know, couldn't get it communicated, couldn't get it unfolded. Play clock expires. Oklahoma didn't do anything to stop you. You stopped yourself. That's what he didn't want to have happen. That was a critical time for it to happen.
Makes it third and goal from the 12-yard line now. UNT fan, well, you got more room to operate.
Right.
Take the right side. Fitzgerald and Washington wide left. Stickler and Jackson to the right for Visa. Jackson, and it is nearly picked off by Smith. Ruled as an incompletion, I believe.
Yeah, they ruled that incomplete. Smith, great effort for that football, though. Thorpe Award candidate, and North Texas is saying, you know what? Todd Dodge says we're gonna try to split the uprights. We're gonna get something on the board. Decent protection, breaks down late, tries to lead him, but Smith just stride for stride. That's just great recognition of the route once again, all over Jackson.
So they'll bring on a freshman from Forney, Texas, Thomas Moreland, to try the field goal at a 29-yard attempt. And Moreland gets UNT on the board. We'll be right back. Welcome back to campus of the University of Oklahoma in Norman. Ready to kick it off. Here's the Sooners after the field goal by UNT, and Smith from the 5. Reggie Smith sorting them out. Oh, and then upended as he crosses the 30-yard line. Well, it was a big day here in Oklahoma as far as history, and Billy Sims was honored. What a player. You saw him earlier in that picture with Kent Bradford, the one-time Heisman Trophy winner. And at 78, he ended up 1,896 yards rushing. They have a thing here called Heisman Park. When you've got 4 of them, you can do these kind of things.
Right.
And the unveiling of his statue, and still high-stepping.
Got it. Look at him.
Oh,
those knees looking pretty good.
Detroit Lion fans that are looking in tonight, you remember some of that too, don't you?
Tell you what, he was a package now. He had it all.
Yes. We could flat get after it.
Beginning to number 17, Moses Magoo.
Let's set it down to Jim Knox here after this play with it
All right, thank you, Bill. I tell you what, I was at that unveiling of Billy Sims' Heisman Trophy statue, and it was very amusing at times. It lasted about 40 minutes. Barry Switzer got up there, and he talked about a story that took place, and he was trying to recruit Billy Sims out of Hooks, Texas. He said he called him actually at the halftime of the game when Oklahoma played against Colorado. They were whipping up on Colorado. Barry said he called Billy at his gas station where he was working, and he said he talked to the owner, asked him to call Billy to the phone. Billy got on the phone and said, "Coach, I thought you're coaching." He said, "I am. We're doing a great job against Colorado, whipping them their tail. I just want to let you know, after we get through whipping them in the second half, I'm going to call you tonight." And that may have been it right there. That may have been it right there, getting Billy Sims here to Norman, Oklahoma.
Nobody could recruit better than Barry Switzer.
Yeah, that's pre-cell phone too, folks.
Exactly.
It was also legal then too. You could call people, and nobody recruited like Barry Switzer.
No text messaging.
No, that's right. Ball's gone. Pass is complete to the 48-yard line as Tennell, sophomore out of Irving, Texas.
He's a long drink of water, 6'4", $184, with some long arms.
A couple of receptions last year, played in 12 games, 16 yards on this pickup. And it's 1st and 10 at the 48. And keep an eye on the work of junior Joey Halsey, now the quarterback, as he's handing off on this play. It was a three-man fight for the starting job between Bradford, Halsey, and another freshman, Keith Nickel. That wasn't decided until about a week and a half before this opener. Bradford proved he was worthy of the anointment.
No doubt.
But these other two, they're very excited about both these guys.
Well, I think when you have a competition like that, Bill, it upgrades the entire position group. You know, competition breeds excellence performance, and all three quarterbacks are better having gone through that competition.
Whistle here.
There's a flag before the play.
Ball start, offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, it remains, second down.
Second down, so Oklahoma, you talk about Billy Sims. Well, he ranks the all-time leading rushers at the very top with Joe Washington, Adrian Peterson, of course, leaving after last year. Peterson, everybody thought would catch him, but had that injury, so missed out on that opportunity. And
Peterson could have caught Billy, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's no doubt, and obviously went a year early as well to the professional ranks. You know, you're one that thinks he's going to do very well with the Vikings, as this one's completed again to 10 out.
You know, the only fly in the ointment I see with Adrian Peterson, Bill, is he's such a physical running style. In the NFL, when you deliver hits like he does, sometimes you get blown up. And I think he's going to have to be a little more judicious. When he sees a 255-pound linebacker, okay, hit a corner, hit a safety, but boy, you see those big boys, don't lower the shoulder and try to hammer everybody, because I think that'll shorten your time in the NFL. But I think he might be a candidate for NFC Offensive Rookie of the Year the way he's playing.
3rd and 4 from the 46, Halsey. This one is incomplete. And not much has been said about Paul Thompson, who quarterback last year, this team to a Big 12 title. He's down to the final cut day from Green Bay. We have not heard whether he made the roster now, but he was listed as number 3. He might very well be on their practice squad, and what an accomplishment that would be. A
big accomplishment, and you know, the kid with that type of athletic ability and versatility can play wide receiver. He showed that here. He can play quarterback. You know, in a pinch, he could play some special teams for you if you brought him up off the practice squad. So a guy like that has some value, and congratulations to Paul Thompson.
Oklahoma will kick it away here now as the Sooners, with 2:29 to go, and nearly fumbled, but caught there at the 10-yard line as Nall, the punter that time. Our Dr. Pepper honor roll tonight focuses on Jacob Gutierrez, the running back. And Dave, you talked a bit about him before. There's not a much better example of a student athlete who's also totally involved in the community here.
No question, Bill. And you know, when you give back, that's something special. And Jacob realizes that he's blessed and he's fortunate. So what's he going to do? He's going to give back and make other people's quality of lives improve. And that's when you know you've got a kid that gets it, and he definitely gets it.
5'6", small in stature, but with a huge heart and knows what it is all about. Congratulations to Jacob Gutierrez. 1st and 10, ball on the 11 here for for the Mean Green, and they keep it on the ground as Mosley.
You know, that play was made by who I think it was a big key to the defense today, Baker. Lewis Baker has shown some versatility. I mean, he's played safety, now he's at linebacker, and with his versatility against the spread offense, he can be a hybrid and play both for you. And he's been a blessing for Brent Venables in this scheme.
Mosley taking the brunt on that one. On a second down and long situation. As the third quarter winds down here. The first down markers brought to you by Overstock.com. With the convenience of shopping at home, you can save up to 70% on amazing deals from Overstock.com. It's all about the O. Oklahoma's O has produced 554 yards to 155 for North Texas tonight.
1 yard short of 4 football field differential. That's some serious domination.
UNT 22 carries minus, there's 6 yards now total rushing.
Ball's gone.
Incomplete? No, complete. Nick Harris. Still on his feet. He'll score. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Harris.
Oh, Visa had pressure in his face. He threw the football falling away from the line of scrimmage before he hit the ground. As a result, there was no velocity, no mustard on that throw. Nick Harris is the beneficiary, but the pressure was the big assist. There's Visa. Pocket's coming back in his face. He gets knocked backwards, can't redistribute his weight, can't follow through. He's falling down off his back foot. No juice on the pass. Nick Harris says, I'll take the underthrown football. Again, the ball is underthrown because of the Oklahoma defensive line pressure. Visa could barely see, and he could not transfer his weight.
25 yards on the INT return. And Hartley with the PAT. It is 63-3 with a minute to go here in the third, I should say. Welcome back, 63-3 with 59 seconds to go in the third quarter here at Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Bill Land as well as Dave Lapham and Jim Knox with you on FSN. Don't forget, this is game 3 of the quadruple header with USC and Idaho coming up. Number 1 ranked Southern kept. This one kicked off in the end zone and will be down there as North Texas will get it 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Well, Big 12, what's happening today? Thursday night, Iowa State bumped off by Kent State. Colorado, a thrilling game on FSN today, winning in overtime. Nebraska taking care of business with Nevada.
Thumping a little bit. Texas not really handling Arkansas State like a lot of people thought. How about Kansas State? Staying after it against the Auburn Tigers, 10-6 lead in the third quarter. Boy, would that be huge. And, of course, Labor Day, Texas Tech wraps it up against SMU. The Big 12, 1st and 10 on the 20. And the Mean Green with Visa keeping himself. See where they spot it. May have the first down. Looks like he'll be just shy. Well, as we know, Bill, it was kind of an off year for the Big 12 last season in terms of didn't have any team finish in the top 10. And during non-conference had no Big 12 team knock off the top 25. So it still hasn't occurred. And if Kansas State could get that done, I think
nice little notch. Yeah, would be moving the right direction. Hand off to Mosley, nothing doing. Lewis Baker makes the tackle, and 20 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Well, Oklahoma has certainly been impressive tonight, and North Texas, we knew, was a big underdog, but Oklahoma took care of business as they were expected to do. They scored a lickety-split in their first 2 possessions, never looked back. And the run here will be the final play of the third quarter. Looks like he got enough for the first down. And we'll sort that out when we come back. The Sooners pulling it on, 63-3, our score after 3 quarters. You're watching Big 12 football, and it's presented by Kyocera on FSN. Welcome back. There's your game summary, but we're going to the fourth quarter. Bradford, 350 passing yards first half for the redshirt freshman.
Record.
Murray, 5 rushing touchdowns in his first game. And 554 total yards for Oklahoma.
Almost a first down per snap, 9.9.
Incredible. As we start the fourth quarter here with North Texas with possession, and Giovanni Visa, freshman quarterback out of San Antonio, trying to move things for Todd Dodge. They did pick up the field goal, and it's now 2nd and 10 for Visa crew.
Ball's gone. Ball.
Throws this one deep, and it is complete. Fitzgerald, he will score, and UNT gets a touchdown.
Jonathan Nelson mistimed his jump, and as a result of that being mistimed, Fitzgerald cut underneath him and took it to the house.
69 yards. Casey Fitzgerald, the junior out of Red Oak, Texas, just south of Dallas. And the 5'11", 169-pound junior had 2 scores last year. He gets UNT's first touchdown of 2007.
And Todd Dodge gets his first touchdown out of his spread offense in this possession. And that's a nice smooth move right there. The Keystone Light smooth move, not only catching the football, but then finishing it. Casey Fitzgerald, nice play.
And the kick is also good as UNT going deep. 63-10. Fitzgerald on the touchdown reception. We're watching it all on FSN. (63-10). North Texas get on the board with the TD here to start the fourth quarter, and what a pass it was. 69 yards from Visa to Fitzgerald.
Little slide protection. Bull rush here. Oh, hang in there, hang in there. Oh, can't quite get to the quarterback. Visa gets rid of it. Adjustment to the football. Wide receiver makes it. Fitzgerald. Defensive back doesn't. He goes sailing out into space. And that would be Jonathan Nelson.
And the kickoff to Oklahoma. And Glacius is tripped up. Brings it out around the 34-yard line. Our college football Saturday quadruple header continues after this game when Idaho will take on the #1 ranked Trojans of USC. Coverage begins after our game right here on FSN. And Southern Cal, talk about another team that is loaded. John David Booty, their quarterback, first team all-conference pick for the Pac-10.
What a talented family. Remember Josh?
Yeah.
Now John David.
Got some new receivers, but again, there's talent there at USC at every spot, isn't there? And again, Oklahoma just on the ground and outrunning him. Madu, can he be caught? He will, near the 10-yard line. Is this Madu, freshman from Norman?
Madu gives him the old how do you do, taking it right down the sideline. No substitute for speed. And man, does Oklahoma have it everywhere. Nice job securing the edge. Little cut block. Fullback leading them around the corner. Bad angles taken by North Texas. You would think at this point in time that they realize Oklahoma's pretty fast. You have to flatten. You can't flatten the angles so much. You have to go on more of a 45. Take a better intersect point.
55-yard run. 1st and 10 at the 11. And Oklahoma, Gutierrez here. You hear the fans chant. You know how they love him. Jonathan Stewart makes the tackle for North Texas, the sophomore out of Arlington, Texas.
You know, talked about in the very beginning how the biggest challenge for North Texas would be adjusting to the speed. Saw still on that snap. North Texas going against their #1 offense does not give you a clear picture of what Oklahoma can do offensively. I mean, the speed factor, you just can't simulate it. You can't make kids run faster than they can.
2nd down, 5, the ball at the 6. And Gutierrez spins, nearly rolled into the end zone. Gutierrez last year, 219 yards rushing, 4.8 per carry. His best outing against Baylor, 7 for 59. Mendoza brought him down here.
What a team player. You know, I mean, as a coach, you want to have everybody on the team understand their role. And then once they understand it, try to expand it. That's what Jacob's been all about his entire career here at Oklahoma. Understanding his role and doing everything he possibly can to increase it somewhat.
He benches 420. Wow. What a fire play.
Pretty good.
First and goal to go. And somersaulting in for the touchdown is Madhu.
Man, the Yugoslavian judge gave that about a 9.5 because he didn't stick the landing. I mean, that was a front handspring without the hands. Watch this flip. Whoosh! Look at that. I mean, that's gymnastics right there. That's pretty unbelievable talent. Athletes abound for the Sooners.
So Madhu gets his first TD on a 1-yard run, and Oklahoma with an extra point will hit the 70 mark.
Yikes. That's 10 touchdowns, isn't it?
Yeah, and the PAT record is what, 11 around here? So Hartley gets his 10th, and 4 plays, 66 yards, a minute 19, and 70-10 as Moses Madhu rolling into the end zone. We'll return after this word from Dr. Pepper, your local Dr. Pepper Bob. Welcome back, Kyocera's College Football Saturday, 70-10. Our count here, Oklahoma with 13:03 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Sooners up 60. Oklahoma, Hartley will kick it off here. Bush is the deep man at the goal line. From the 1. And Bush brought down near the 21-yard line. Now here's our Kyocera wireless call of the game. North Texas 0. Bradford throwing, got it, Kelly, he will score, touchdown Oklahoma. Who is that drooling in my ear over here? Big Dave Lapham. That was worth drooling about on our Kyocera call of the game.
Malcolm. Wow. He's got a size-speed ratio that is pretty good. I think there'll be a lot of teams on Sunday that will like to have his services.
Bradford, most impressive in his debut as an Oklahoma quarterback as a redshirt freshman. Now, Visa threw a TD pass last time, comes out firing again and completes this one across the middle. And Fitzgerald, who took it 69 for a score, takes this one to 35. Let's send it down to Jim Knox after that 15-yard gain.
Thank you, but I tell you what a job this offensive line of the Sooners did all night long. Of course, they dominated the front 5 of North Texas, and you're talking about big offensive line. Phil Lodeholt, check him out, 6'8", 350 pounds. Now look at his pregame meal. I talked to him before the game. This is what he had: 2 hens, about a cup and a half of vegetables and rice, and then he washed it down with Gatorade to hydrate himself. And we mixed that up with our own Dave Lapham's pregame meal.
All right, we'll come back to that. I don't want to miss that. Don't miss this. Interception, Oklahoma, and the Sooners still on the floor, down near inside the 20-yard line.
Dodge. Ever teaching, got to coach him up. Nice job by Lamont Robinson.
Robinson, big time play.
And not really significant pressure. Just never saw Robinson. Sometimes quarterbacks, you say to yourself, why would he throw that football? I will guarantee you, Visa never saw Robinson, even though there he was playing his day with that big 3-0 on the chest.
So Oklahoma's defense got a little irritated, come back, take it away, and now here's the third Oklahoma quarterback of the night, Keith Nickel, a freshman from Lowell, Michigan, and a timeout, Oklahoma. Nickel, tell you his story, we come back. There's Bob Stoops' club knocking on the door again with it 70-10 and 12:21 remaining. Plenty of that here tonight. I don't even think they knew they're on camera, do you think? No. As Nickel comes in for his first play, And Keith Nickel, the freshman from Michigan, who threw for 2,225 yards last year and 31 scores and ran for 1,075 and another 19 TDs. They really like this guy too.
They do. He's got a strong arm, and Nickel almost ran for a dime on his first carry of his career in college football. He gained 8 yards.
2nd and 2 from the 10. Hands this one off, and Stewart makes the stop on Gutierrez.
The wide receivers were saying about Nickel, Bill, that boy, we could tell he was the quarterback just by how the ball was coming and just stinging our hands. I mean, they said bar none, hands down, he had the strongest arm of any of the 3 quarterbacks. But you know, there's more to it than just putting the ball through a wall. And over the course of time, Sam Bradford won out, and he won 21 of 23 for 363 yards tonight.
1st and goal from the 6. Gutierrez not quite in. I want to remind our viewers that are with us here, we will, our Southwest viewers on FSN, will have this game for its completion and then take you to that Idaho USC game. Many of you others will be taken to that game, so you don't miss any of that. And you, of course, will be updated on this one if you are one of those that are going away. Yeah, the other thing about Nickel was he worked out in a barn a lot in the winter up there with his father and some of the receivers in their team. And they say that part of the reason he throws the ball low and hard is because he couldn't throw it too hard, too high, I should say. And that's one area that he may actually have to put a little more loft on his deep ball sometimes. But what a pleasant problem. And he hands it off here, and Gutierrez gets the touchdown to make it 76-10. Jacob Gutierrez.
Touchdowns for Oklahoma, and there's still 10 minutes and 46 seconds left in this bad boy. And you know what? If there's one guy that I had to pick that I would be happy to see score in this type of a mismatch at this juncture, it's Gutierrez. I mean, he's done a lot for the program, for the community. You like to see him have a little fun and celebrate some.
Yeah, and you saw the reaction by his teammates. They were glad to get him in there.
Thrilled.
As Hartley tries to hit the point after to tie the record by Trey DiCarlo as well as Tim Lasher for extra points in the game at 11. And he has done that. So, records being smashed. First half, second half, fourth quarter. We still got 10:46 to go. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. KSR's College Football Saturday. And some Saturday it's been here in Norman with still 10:46 remaining and the Sooners cruising 77-10. North Texas certainly didn't come up I-35 intending to set this record tonight. 77 points allowed, a new opponent mark for the Mean Green. Nebraska, previous high of 76 and 93. And you mentioned 10:46 to go.
Yeah, this is a character builder for North Texas. No one likes to go out and showers does it take to get rid of that? I mean, and what do you have to use? Question.
Well, maybe throughout the season we can dress you up like that sometime.
Scrub-a-dub-dub.
Washington fumbles and then decides to bring it out. Be careful. And he is brought down at the 14-yard line. Well, we talked about redshirt freshman Sam Bradford having a record-setting night here in his first game as quarterback. How about the new starting QBs in the Big 12 this year? Szymanski from Baylor, and they're having struggles tonight with TCU, but Colorado with Cody Hawkins, who somehow got them an overtime win today. Sam Keller will be an interesting story up in Nebraska.
Right. He put up some big numbers at Arizona State. Sam Bradford, of course, tonight, he answered some questions. 21 of 23 for 363 and 3 touchdowns. Not bad.
First and 10 in the 14. We'll look at some of the other QBs in a moment here. And nothing doing on that carry. So now here's some of the returning quarterbacks. Brett Meyer, the only, along with Keller, the only senior among the Big 12 starting quarterbacks.
Josh Freeman doing a good job in hostile environment tonight down at Auburn. Chase Daniel running the spread. You know, Todd Dodge has to be very proud of Chase Daniel, no doubt about that. Colt McCoy, how about his numbers? 68% as a freshman. I bet he completes over 70 this year, and that would be extraordinary.
Yeah, and not only that, he had the injury that took him out near the end. He kept Texas
Ball start,
finishing strong.
offense, number 71, 5-yard penalty, it remains second down.
So with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Todd Dodge signals it back in. Forget Idaho and USC. Those of you still with us here, we'll be taking that as soon as this one is over. Second and 14, the ball on the 10. Visa, the running back Cox next to him. In trouble. Safety. Yes. Davis breaks through. Allen Davis, the junior from Colleyville, Texas. And he tacks on 2 more for Oklahoma. And now they'll receive the football.
That's right. Free kick for North Texas from their 20-yard line. And, you know, you get backup players in the game with fresh legs, and they want to make an impression. They're not going to go out there and go through the motions. They want to make an imprint of their own on this record-setting night. And that's exactly what we have going here. Oklahoma brings more than North Texas can block. And you see it all unfold. They're twisting and stunning and bringing defensive backs, and there's just too many bodies right there. They brought Keenan Clayton, and as a result of Keenan Clayton and others that pressured Allen Davis, cleaned it all up.
You know, that I believe, you know, that record, most points scored in a game, 82 versus Colorado in 1980.
Yep.
And unbelievable, I'll tell you.
You know, everybody kids about, well, I hung half a hundy on him. What if you hang a hundy?
Yeah.
I mean, jeez.
Well, what did Louisville have the other night in their opener? They got 70 real quick.
70. Cumberland had 222.
Well,
Cumberland shut somebody out. I can't remember who the opponent was, but Cumberland, 222 to nothing or something, was the worst score in college football history. How do you continue to play when you're down 200?
Well, it's a good thing they're no longer around, or somebody be trying to schedule the way things have gone this year. And the kickoff to Dominique Franks. Franks nearly a step away from breaking it across midfield. And he brings it, finally held on to the football to the 41-yard line.
He's frustrated that he didn't take it to the house.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Oklahoma wants to finish. You talk about finishing plays. Everybody wants to finish, and everybody wants to be part of it. And right now, North Texas is tired. They're arm tackling. They're not bringing their feet. You know, they're just reaching out. It's the end of a long night for North Texas, there's no doubt.
That's not the end. There's 9:11 to go before the end.
True.
It's 1st and 10 at the 41 here. Keith Nickel, the third quarterback for Oklahoma, the freshman, to Madu. And Madu scoots to the outside. Flag is thrown back behind the quarterback well after Madu had turned the corner.
Are they going to call holding on Oklahoma?
Holding, offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. It remains first down.
That's the only way to slow him down.
I have no idea who that gentleman is. It says Smith on the back of his jersey, and they're calling Smith for the hold, and he is here at the right guard position. He did get the crabs out there. The big old claws, and takes him down to the turf. Yeah, he got his money's worth. Got the crab claws out there on both sides of the shoulders and took him to the turf.
So that'll bring it back near midfield. And Oklahoma on its own 49, 1st and 20.
Bob Stoops won't like that because it was a big play nullified by a penalty. It wasn't just a 10-yard penalty. It was about a 35-yard penalty.
Line of scrimmage is now the 49-yard line. 1st and 20.
Madu again, the tailback behind Nickel. Takes it right to the teeth of that defense this time, and not much. Just got across midfield. First down markers brought to you by Overstock.com. Live better with savings up to 70% on amazing deals from Overstock.com. It's all about the O.
And I think that's what Todd Dodge is feeling right now, that Bob Stoops is overstocked with skill players at Oklahoma. Because everywhere he turns, Bob Stoops just rolls another body out there that is just incredibly athletic.
And he says, what's that shipping cost, $2.95? Could you ship some down I-35 to me?
Right.
Second and 18. Nickel completes this one to the 46-yard line. And
let's take a look at 8-year spans here in Oklahoma lore. The 8 years before Bob Stoops, rather pedestrian. The 8 years since, wow. I mean, that's graphic, to say the least. School record set. He set 93 school records already in 8 short years. Just an incredible coaching job by Bob Stoops, who is as confident as they come in his system and his players.
Yeah, if we had a chance, we'll come back to that, because that takes some while to soak it all in. And here's Oklahoma with Madu again. And he's running up some pretty fancy totals now tonight. He goes across down near the 20-yard line for another 1st and 10.
Well, here's what you like your running back to do. Be decisive, break tackles, get up the football field. And usually when you're crowding the line of scrimmage like North Texas was, one missed tackle equals tragedy, which means a big play is about to occur. And Madu has had a few of them tonight.
9 for 87. Offensive coordinator Kevin Wilson looking on.
He feels like right now he can almost call anything, and it's going to work.
Okay.
668 total yards at this juncture for the Sooners.
And a timeout is called by Oklahoma. Well, we mentioned a little bit about Bob Stoops and what he's done in the turnaround in those 8 years. Certainly he's drawn the respect of the guy on the other sideline, Todd Dodge, who's had some people play here, and he's also admired the way they've run their program.
Obviously, they work their tails off at Oklahoma, but he also allows their families to be a part of their lives. And I think that's very important. I've always been very impressed with that. The fact that, that he comes from the lineage of Hayden Fry. And I take a lot of pride in being the head coach here now at North Texas, where Hayden Fry was at one time.
Yeah, they have that connection. Of course, Bob coming out of the Ohio high school ranks and went to Iowa, played for Hayden Fry, became a graduate assistant there, and then went on to Kansas State and was with that whole bevy of coaches that learned under Bill Snyder before going to Florida as a defensive coordinator, won a national title with Spurrier down there, and then here at Oklahoma, and has just done an unbelievable job. And that Hayden Fry coaching tree has got a lot of tentacles.
Oh, it really does. And Todd Dodge wants to get Hayden Fry back involved at North Texas. He's reaching out to him. And Bob Stoops, former player of Hayden Fry, now coaching. And look at the number of coaches that have coached with him that are now head coaches. So the coaching tree of Hayden Fry will continue to just get bigger and broader, because now he's got former players that are coaching all over the place, head coaches and assistants, so it'll just continue to grow.
2nd down and 9, the ball on the 20-yard line. Nickel. Oklahoma trying to keep it as vanilla as they can. The handoff, a couple of yards. Whitson, the ball carrier that time.
Shortly, you're going to be able to see the #1 team in the land, USC, here in just a few minutes, and compare and contrast. Saw Oklahoma. They certainly look like they're a force to be reckoned with. How do they stack up against USC? Be interesting to compare and contrast.
Yeah, this first weekend you do a lot of that, because you read all the hype, you look at rosters and see who's gained people and who's lost folks, and measure last year, the end of the season results. But until they get out on the field, you don't know what you're going to see. And that was the whole thing with Oklahoma, that all of the coaches had all the faith in Sam Bradford. They said, but until the lights are on and people are coming at you, well, he passed with flying colors. And then he'll step up a whole bunch next week with Miami.
Ball start, offense, number 81, 5-yard penalty, it remains 3rd down.
I'm a believer that you don't start ranking teams until you get one game into the conference play, because Michigan obviously was grossly overrated. And you rank a team number 5 to start the season that is ranked improperly by that much. It's hard for a lot of other schools to reach where they should be. So I really do believe that you should get through the non-conference and play one conference game. Maybe don't even have the first top 25 ranking until October 1st and see what people have.
Couldn't agree more, because once you've ranked them, you've already affected the whole thing.
Yep.
And that's not fair, even though it's great fodder for football talk. And again, Carter Winston, the sophomore from Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Another guy who does a great job for this Oklahoma program is Jerry Schmidt, the strength coach.
Yeah.
You know, he's on that sideline with the crew cut. Looks like he's a Marine himself, and he's won national championship rings at Notre Dame, at Florida, here in Oklahoma. I mean, he's got rings for every finger from multiple schools. He puts out some seriously conditioned athletes.
4th and 12. And North Texas will get it on downs after the carry by Carter Winston and send it down to Jim Knox.
All right, thank you very much, Bill. Answering an email, Norman from Oklahoma City wanted to know if the jumping cheerleader for Oklahoma is still here. Yes, there he is, Zach Houchin from Dallas, and he's going to try a record here. This is 8 cheerleaders. I'm going to add one more for 9. Come on, Zach, let's go. Here we go. Can he clear it? He's going to try to flip over.
Keep your head down, Jim.
Oh, man. Zach Knievel.
Way to go.
Zach Knievel. That was unbelievable.
And that is like the cheerleaders of the week right there for you in the Big 12.
Man, you got
to go, Zach.
You realize if they'd have put him in on that last play, he could have got a 1st down.
I know. Madu tried to do the same thing Moses Madu on his touchdown.
You got to take some lessons from him. So North Texas on 1st and 10 at the 20.
That's good right here.
Not much going there.
I think he should go after Evo Knievel's bus record. Holy Macalandy. And he blows a tire. Look at that. Just kicks it right out. He just, like a horse, just kicked the shoe. Just got rid of it. That's a powerful young man right there. He's got some spring in those legs.
Jim tucked the head, too, to make sure he didn't lose it. No big deal. Yeah, that's the way it is at Oklahoma tonight with it 79-10.
I won't be impressed until he goes over a bunch of load bolts.
Up to near the 25 before a wall of tacklers run back the ball carrier.
Now, you get 9 Philip Loadholts out there and jump over 9 of those 6'8", 350s. Now you got something cooking. That's a lot of space.
Cam Montgomery carrying that tie for North Texas. Well, the Sooners wrapped it up early tonight when they scored in their first 2 possessions, to be honest with you, and North Texas never recovered from that. Oklahoma went on to lead 49-zip at the half. 63-3 after 3.
That set the tone. You're right. Those 2 early scores were coffin nails.
And again, Montgomery with a football. And, boy, long night for Todd Dodge. And it just, and he knows, he's no fool. He knows what he's in for, and that this team's going to be down this year. But when you look at that number, last year, South Lake Carroll and Texas winning a state title in a 16-game season allows 116 points. And tonight he watches his defense give up 79.
Well, yeah. That's all kinds of thoughts going through his head right now. What do you tell your team, Bill? Seriously, I mean, he's thinking about right now, what do I tell my team when I go in the locker room?
And pretty good following that they brought up here. They've had great enthusiasm in their season ticket sales and support and anticipation of their home schedule. And for those North Texas viewers that are watching, do not lose the faith. Realize how good a team, as you mentioned, Dave, before the game, is that this could be a perfect storm. UNT's in transition, changing things. They weren't very good last year. That's why there is a coaching change. Oklahoma is loaded. One little bitty question mark. Right. A very talented quarterback that had no experience. Well, it'll be different when they get to the Sun Belt and have an opportunity to compete with some people on the same level.
And I think they will compete, and I think they'll compete very well. when they start to play teams in the Sun Belt after experiencing the team speed that Oklahoma has, the game will seem like it's slow motion. I mean, it's going to be an advantage to them having gone through this experience, if you can imagine it. It's hard to imagine right now for North Texas, but there is a benefit to it.
Nickel, the victory formation. Thank you. With 1 minute approaching here, and Oklahoma saying that is enough.
On the flip side of it, Bill, it'll be interesting to see how Sam Bradford responds to adversity. Miami's defense can run, and he'll take adverse snaps next week. This week, he really didn't face any adversity at all, and he performed 21 of 23 for 363. You can't argue with it, but next week is his first real challenge. Today was like a dress rehearsal.
Yeah, they will certainly step it up more than a notch next week with Oklahoma hosting Miami. And the Hurricanes coming in here. It's good to see. The Big 12, I think, overall has bolstered their non-conference schedule with everybody playing pretty much at least one national-type power team. I think that's good for everybody.
I agree.
Well, that wraps it up with Oklahoma 79, North Texas 10. Impressive in all areas as Todd Dodge, a rude debut to the college head coaching scene. Bob Stoops Sooners, impressive indeed.
I think right there, Todd Dodge was saying to Bob. Bob probably said, you know what, I had no intention of running up a score like that. And I think Todd said, you know, don't worry about it. Nothing that could be done.
Murray, 5 touchdowns. Bradford sensational in his rookie debut. And Oklahoma cruises 79-10. For Dave Lapham, Jim Knox, so long here as the Sooners rout North Texas 79-10, our final.